Okay, I am back. This is a new video and I'm doing maths paper this time. So this is a mathematics state paper. It's the Percubaan for Selangor. Alright. So Selangor mathematics trial for 2023. This is mathematics. Okay, so let's go. Number 1. Which of the following is the quadratic expression in one variable? So quadratic, one variable. Quadratic means the highest power in the equation ataupun expression in this case has to be 2. So the highest power must be 2, okay? Highest power must be 2. But at the same time, the power has to be a whole number, right? Power must be whole number, right? So I repeat one more time. Quadratic means the highest power must be 2, and then the other power must be a whole number. What does it mean by whole number? Whole number means 0, 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. It means cannot have negative, cannot have fraction lah. So we all know A is wrong already. Even though the highest power is 2, but you can see a power -1. -1 is not a whole number. So A is definitely not the answer. B is also not the answer because the highest power is not 2. When you bring the x up here, it becomes x power -2. That means it's not a whole the power is not a whole number again. So this is not a quadratic as well. What about C? Well, C is a quadratic. Okay, D is also a quadratic, right? So C and D are both quadratic, but which one is the correct answer? Okay, they want quadratic expression in one variable. What does it mean by expression? Expression means dia tak ada equal. So the answer is D. D would be the correct answer. If C, we call it quadratic equation because they are the samaan. So we call it persamaan is quadratic equation. So D would be the answer. And one variable here means there's only one unknown lah. And you can see C only got one unknown, which is T. D also got one unknown, which is N. But I already explained why the answer is D. It's because they ask for expression. Okay, expression cannot have the equal sign. So C is not correct because C is actually a quadratic equation, right? So hope you understand. Let's continue. Number 2, convert 110 base 7 to a number in base 2. In order to convert base 7 number to a base 2 number, you have to change to base 10 first. Okay, there is no shortcut. Unless you change from base 8 to base 2, then there is a shortcut. But if you want to convert from 7 to 2, you have to convert to base 10 first. So how do we convert a small base to base 10? We will use the times punya method. Okay, darab punya cara. Remember, when you're changing smaller base to base 10, you will darab. But when you're changing from a base 10 to a small number, then only you bahagi. So what you darab, you will take all these digits, multiply with the place value. So if it's a base 7 number, the place value will be 7 power 0, 7 power 1, 7 power 2. Okay, always write from right to left. Okay, you start dari belakang lah, and always power 0 first. Okay, so if it's base 7, it will be 7 power 0, 7 power 1, 7 power 2. And when you times them together, 7 power 2 times 1 is 49. 7 power 1 times 1, which is 7. 7 power 0 times 0, which is 0. So 0 saya tak tulis, and then plus them together. Alright, after you times, you plus. 49 plus 7 is 56. But this is not the answer. This is in base 10. They want in base 2. So in order to convert a base 10 to a smaller base, like a base 2, you have to use the bahagi punya cara. So you can do it like this, 56, garis, and then divide 2, right? Okay, I don't like this method. Of course, you want to do it like that, can also. No one's stopping you. But I want to show you a faster way. Usually, I'll do it like this. Since I want base 2, I will write base 2 here, and I'll write the base value atas, which is 2 power 0, 1, 2 power 1, 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 2, I mean 4, and then 8, and then 16, and 32. All right. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm writing the place value for all the digits, right? So 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4, 2 power 5, like that. But why I stop at 2 power 5? Because 2 power 6 is 64, and 64 is already more than 56. That's why I never write that. And now I just have to figure out what times what is 56, right? So for example, this is 32, right? So if I write 1 here, it means I will take 56 minus 32, right? And I will get 24. But in order to get 24, I can minus 16, all right, which I get 8, and then I will just get 8, and then the rest will just be 0. So the answer is 111,000. All right. So this is the method that I will use to do. Okay. But of course, if you want to do it like this, can also. I will show you how. So 56 divided 2, what you get here is 2 times 2 is 4. And then I think it's left with 1 6. So 2 times 8. So the remainder will be 0. right? Here you write the remainder. And then divide 2 again, which is 14, and you will get remainder 0. 2 times 7, 14, remainder also 0. 2 times 3 is 6, but I want 7, so the remainder should be 1. And then 2 times 1 is 2, but I want 3. So 3 minus 2, remainder 1. The last step is 2 times 0, but I want 1, so the remainder is 1. And then you baca from bawah ke atas. 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. So you see the answer is same, right? But this method is much more faster lah, okay? But depends on you lah, which method that you want to use, you just use it, okay? Because this is paper 1, like the working is not important, right? Just as long as you get the same answer as me, then it's correct already. Okay, number 3, which of the following is a statement? Statement is a sentence where you can determine the truth value, all right? What does it mean by truth value? It means you can determine whether it's true or false, right? So I repeat one more time. Statement is a sentence ataupun equation where you can determine the truth value. It means you can determine whether it's true or false, all right? Betul or salah. So for example, A, m square equals 16. You cannot determine the truth value of this, okay? Because this is like a soalan. It's like a question asking you to find m. It's like an instruction where they ask you to find m, right? So we can actually find m. We just have to square root 16 and I will get 4 and negative 4. So this is not a statement because you cannot determine the true value. It's like a soalan. Like when they ask you a soalan, it's not a statement. What about 7 square equals 14? Well, can you prove that this is true or false? Yes, because when you press 7 square, you will get 49, which is not 14. So the fact that you can tell me it's a false statement indicates that it's a statement. So this B is the answer. What about C? C is not the answer. C, okay, of course you can factorize this in your calculator, but it's like an instruction. You cannot prove to me whether this is true or false. Same with D. A or B equals to 3. This also you cannot determine is true or false. Unless if I write something like this. Then this is a statement. Because you can actually how to say, determine whether it's true or false, right? But if I just put an unknown there, A or B equals 3, like A and B can be anything, right? So we cannot determine true false, right? So B is the only sentence ataupun equation here yang kita boleh determine betul or salah. So B is a answer, right? B is a statement. Okay, hope you understand. Let's continue with number 4. Table 1 shows Irfan's marks for 4 subjects. So he has mathematics, science, history, English, but they are all in different base, right? So they say calculate average mark for the 4 subject in base 10. So they want to find average, means you're actually finding the mean. You're actually finding the mean. So do you know what is mean? Mean means you are taking all these 4 marks, add together, and then find the average. Means you take everything, plus together, and then divide 4. But you cannot plus now because they are all in different base. So they want in base 10. So I should change this to base 10, change this to base 10, right? So how we do that? Okay, if you want to convert a smaller base, like base 8 to base 10, so smaller base to base 10, you will times. You will use the darab punya cara. But if you are changing from base 10 to a smaller base, then you will divide. But this one, you will times because it's base 8 to base 10. So what you do is you will take the place value times with the digit value. So if it's base 8, what will be the place value? It will be 8 power 0, 8 power 1. So when you convert, it will be 8 power 1 times 3 plus with 8 power 0 times 7, right? This is how you convert to base 10. Then what about this one? This one is 6, 8 base 9. So the place value for the 8 will be 9 power 0, 9 power 1. Always write belakang dulu. Okay, and it's always power 0. So it will be 9 power 1 times with 6, and then 9 power 0 times with 8. And then plus them together, and then you will get in base 10. So let's press this. 8 times 3, 24. This is 24 base 10. Alright? Betul lah? Yeah, right. Okay, and then this one is 9 times 6, which is 54. So 54 base 10 lah. Yang ni tak payah tengok pun tak apa, because 8 power 0, actually it's not 24 lah. It's 24 plus 8 power 0 is 1. 1 times 7 is 7. So you should get 31 base 10, right? The next one would be 9 power 1 times 6, which is 54. 9 power 0 times 8, you will get 8. Because 9 power 0 is 1. 1 times 8 is 8. So 50 plus 4 plus 8, I think you will get 62. Right? So after this, you will take all this value, plus together, and then divide 4. So let's press calculator. They are all base 10 already. So you should be able to use your calculator and plus normally. So 31 plus 85 plus 62 plus 59. Okay, my calculator give me 237, but you have to divide 4 to find the average. So 59.25 is the answer. So B is your answer. All right? So very simple. Let's continue. Okay, this is number 5. Number 5 says, Puan Mary deposit 3,000 ringgit in her savings account with an interest rate of 4% per annum, means per year, and compounded quarterly. So take note, this keyword is important, compounded. So this is a compound interest question. For compound interest question, we will use this formula. MV equals to P bracket 1 plus R over N, and then power the whole thing have to power NT. All right. There's another interest formula, which is the PRT, but we only use this formula when you don't see the word compound in the question. Okay, when it's simple interest, then only we use this formula. So if it's simple interest, we will use this formula, but if it's compound interest, we will use this formula. All right. So let me explain what all this symbol means. MV stands for matured value. Matured value. What is matured value? Matured value means the amount after you include the savings, right? The money you have after you tambah all the savings. That's what you call a matured value, right? It means if I want to calculate the savings after you plus all the compound interest, it means I will use this formula. Okay, the MV stands for matured value, and matured value is actually the savings after you include all the compound interest. Okay, then what is P? P will be the principal. Okay, principal, or you can say the amount that you have in the beginning, right? Initial value, right? The starting savings amount, right? Initial, the starting. And then one is just one lah, nothing to explain. R will be the rate. Okay, rate. So I'll just write here rate. Okay, or to be more specific, it's the interest rate. Okay, interest rate. Okay, and then next will be N. N is a number of times compounded in 1 year. In 1 year. Okay, in 1 year, right? And then the last thing is N. Okay, N I already explained. And then the last thing is T lah. T is just how many years, right? How many years, right? So after you understand what all this means, now we can read the question and masuk dalam formula. So Puan Mary deposit 3,000. This is obviously the P, the principal, right? The initial, the starting amount in a savings. And the interest rate is 4%. So this is definitely the R, right? 4%. But you cannot write R equals 4 because it's 4%. So it's actually 0.04. Because 4% means 4 over 100. And 4 divided 100 is 0.04. All right. Okay, compounded quarterly. What does it mean by compounded quarterly? The compound setiap suku tahun. What does it mean by setiap suku tahun? It means compounded quarterly means your n is equals to 4. All right, because n means number of times compounded in 1 year. So if I compound quarterly, it means 1 year I will compound 4 times. That's what it means. All right, let me tell you a common mistake. A common mistake is student will do like this. They will think about, oh, quarterly. Quarter means 1 over 4. And what they do, they times with 12. Because they thought they want to find number of times compounded in 1 year. So they do like that and then they will get 3. And then they will say the n is 3. This is wrong. This is wrong. It's wrong. Okay, you cannot do like that. Okay, so remember that compounded quarterly means you compound 4 times in 1 year. That's what it means, right? So what if I say compounded half a year? Compounded half a year. Can you tell me if I say compounded half a year, can you tell me what will be your n? Your n will actually be 2. All right. For those who tell me 6, wrong. Okay. For those who tell me 6, it's because they make the mistake. They go and take, oh, sir, half a year. So it means I take half times with 12. So I get 6. No, it's not correct. If you write n equals 6, it means you compounded every 2 years. Every 2 months. Okay, which is wrong, right? Because if you compound every 2 months, then only you will get 6 times in 1 year, which is wrong. I said compounded half a year. It means I compound 2 times in 1 year, because if I compounded every half year, it means the n is 2. Okay. All right. I hope you understand my explanation. I'm just gonna erase this and proceed with the question. Okay, let's keep reading. How much money is in Puan Mari's savings account at the end of the second year? At the end of second year, so after second year, so the T is 2, right? And then they ask you to find how much money in his savings account. So I'm finding the MV, means the matured value, right? The matured value means the new value. Okay, so I hope you understand what is P and what is MV. P is the old value, the old amount. Okay, the amount that you haven't, the initial value lah, the initial amount. And then MV is the final amount. The final amount means after you calculate all the interest. So to get your MV, we just have to plug in all this value inside this formula. The P is 3,000, write it down. And then bracket 1 plus R over N, which is 0.04 divide 4. And then close bracket power N power T. So power NT is 4, 2. So I'll write 4 bracket 2 like that. But it's a power, so make sure you write smaller size. All right, the size of this has to be smaller because it's power. Okay, if I am you, I will calculate 4 times 2 first, which I will get 8. So I'll end up with 1 plus. Okay, this one also we can calculate. 0.04 divided 4 is 0.01. And then this power 8, right? And this will be 3000. And now you will end up with 3000 bracket 1 plus 0.0, which is 1.01 power 8. And now I'll just press all of this inside my calculator. So 3000 times with open bracket 1.01 close bracket power 8. Okay, my calculator give me 3248.57. So ABCD, D is your answer. So that's how you do it. All right. Let's continue with number 6. Diagram 1 shows an incomplete argument, so it's not complete. Premise 1 says if S is ABC, then the number of subsets of S is 8. So definitely this is an implication format. If something, then something. This one we call it antecedent. The belakang one we call it consequent. And this one I will just call it P for now. Okay. And then the belakang one I just call it Q for now. Alright. So they say which of the following argument is correct to form deductive argument which is valid and sound. So if I want this argument to be valid, it means this argument has to follow one of the 3 formats that you memorize. Okay, so there's 3 formats. Do you remember? The first format, the premise 1 will be all A are B. And then the premise 2 will be C is A. And then the conclusion will be C is B. Right? This one have to memorize. This is the first format. Okay, the first format. The second format, okay, so I'll just call it type 1 lah, type 1. And then this one is type 2, where you have premise 1, which is if P then Q. If P then Q. And then the premise 2 will be P is true. And then the conclusion will be Q is true. So this is how the type 2 format looks like. Now for the type 3, it will be very similar with the type 2, but look carefully. The premise 1 will be same as the type 2, which is if P then Q. But look very carefully at the premise 2. It will be Q is not true. Not true, not true. And then conclusion, P is also not true. So what we have to take note here, in type 2, type 3, what is the difference? In type 2, they mention P first, right? P is true. It means they mention P first. But in type 3, they mention Q first. So this is very important. So don't get it confused. This is the type 2 and type 3. And all these 3 formats you have to memorize. Okay? There's no other way. This is the only way for this. For you to master this chapter, you need to memorize the format. Okay? So can you tell me if the premise 1 is this, if something then something. So obviously it's not type 1, it's either type 2 or type 3, right? So there's only 2 possibilities. In premise 2, either I write P is true, which means I write this one is true, and then for conclusion I write this one. Or it can also be premise 2, I can also write Q is not true, P is not true, right? So remember, valid means it has to follow one of the 3 formats. So let's look at the ABCD and see which one is the answer. So I can already say, okay, let's see A. Premise 2, that says the number of subsets of S is 8. It means A is wrong because they mention P is not true. Sorry, they mention Q here, right? They mention Q here. In premise 2, they mention Q. But if you want to mention Q, you have to mention that it's not true, but they mention Q is true here. That's why this is not valid. It's not a valid deductive argument, all right? Because it doesn't follow one of the format, all right? That's why this is wrong, okay? If you want to mention Q in your premise 2, you can mention that, but you have to make sure you do negation. You have to say it's not true. So this is wrong already. What about B? Premise 2, they said the number of subsets of S is 8. So they actually mentioned Q also. They mentioned Q also, but they mentioned Q. But when they mention Q, they mention Q is true. Okay, they mention Q is true, which is wrong, right? Because I already mentioned, if you want to mention Q first, you have to mention that it's not true. Okay, for it to be valid lah. Okay, if you want it to be valid, you have to mention Q is not true in your premise 2. Okay, but this one they mention Q is true, that's why it's wrong. So what about C? C, they says number of subsets of S is not 8. Did you see the word not? So they actually mentioned Q also, but this time they mention Q is not true, right? Then what about conclusion? Conclusion, they mention S, okay, P is S is ABC, but in the conclusion, they mention S is not ABC. So they actually mention P is not true here, right? So you can actually know the answer is C already because this follows the type 3 format. Okay, it's exactly the same. If P then Q, and then Q is not true first, and then followed by P is not true. So the answer is C. All right. Okay, let's look at D. D cannot, because D, they actually mention P here, right? Because they mention P. And I'm not saying that you cannot mention P. If you want to mention P, boleh. But you have to mention P is true. Then only Q is true. But look at this. They mention P, but they do negation. They say S is not ABC. So yeah, it's not valid. It's not valid. Okay, if you want to mention P, you have to you have to write P is true in your premise two, then only it's valid. But here they do P is not true. That's why this is wrong already. Right? So the answer is C. So I repeat one more time. There's only two possibilities for this question. It's either you follow this format, the type 2 format, or the type 3 format. All right. And if you want to follow the type 2 format, you have to mention P is true in your premise 2. Okay. And then for conclusion, Q is true. But in all the option here, they didn't mention P first. They only mentioned P in question D. But why D is wrong is because they never mentioned P is true. They mentioned P is not true. Right. Another possibility is you can mention Q first, but you have to do Q is not true and then P is not true. That is why the only answer that makes sense here is C. A and B cannot, because they mentioned Q is true. All right. Okay lah. I hope you understand. Okay. So remember to hafal these three formats. Right. It's very important. Let's continue with number 7. Diagram 2 shows a Venn diagram for a universal set. Universal set P, set PU, set R. So this is the universal set, and I already see they already shaded one region here. Okay, which of the following relationship of sets represents the shaded region above? So if I want to know which of this answer gives you this shaded region, I will use this method to do. I will label all the region with numbers. So I'll just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So I know now that my universal set consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then my set P, inside P is only 2 and 3. And then my Q will be 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then my R will be 5 only. All right. But of course, you can only do like this when it's paper 1 lah. Okay. Because if it's paper 2, they will look at your working. And it's actually not correct to write like this, right? Because in paper 2, you have to put all the bracket and all those things, right? And you have to put dot, right? But since this is paper 1, I'm just using a answering technique to answer it. So yeah, we can just write like this because they don't look at the working in paper 1. Okay, after I write like this, I will try to do A, B, C, D and see which one will give me the shaded region 4. Okay, so let's do A. A says P union Q. It means P and Q, you ambil semua. So when you take P and Q ambil semua, you will end up with 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have to intersect. All right. So the P union Q is 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have to intersect with R complement. What does it mean by R complement? R complement means everything except R. But inside R is labeled with 5 only. So everything except 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And then you find the intersection of this and this. So what will be the intersection of these two? The intersection of these two will be 2, 3, 4. So the answer for A would be 2, 3, 4. Right? Which is not correct, because if the answer is A, the shaded region should be 2, 3, and 4. So we all know A is wrong. So now let's try with B. So B says P complement intersect Q. Let's write down what's P complement first. P complement means everything except P. Selain daripada P. So selain daripada 2, 3, it's 1, 4, 5. And the 1, 4, 5, I have to intersect Q first. So I will circle this and I will circle Q and find the intersection. The intersection will be 4, 4, 5, 5. Intersection means you choose the one yang dua-dua ada lah. Right? The one that repeats, right? So 4 and 5. But 4 and 5 is not the answer. 4 and 5 is just the answer for P complement intersect Q. So 4 and 5, but I still have to intersect with R complement. But R complement means everything except R. Everything except 5 will just be 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And now we will do intersection one more time. So what is the intersection between these two? It will be 4, 4, and that's all. 4, right? So it means the shaded region for B answer will be the region labeled with 4. So if you look at the shaded region, they really label 4 only, right? They didn't label 5 also. So the answer is B, right? So which of the following relationship represents the shaded region above? B. B will be your answer, because when I do B, the shaded region match with the diagram here, right? The shaded region in the diagram. That is why that's the answer. Okay, let's continue. Number 8. Given the variance of a set of data is 2.8, the symbol for variance is like this. All right. Okay, this is the symbol for variance. This is the symbol for variance, and this is the symbol for standard deviation. This is standard deviation, this is variance, right? Okay, let's keep reading and see what I want. If each of the value is deducted by 2 and then divided by 3, determine the value of new variance. Okay, the old variance is 2.8. What would be the new variance? Okay, I will tell you how to do it first, then only I explain it to you. Okay, so how to do it is, if all the value in the data deducted by 2, your variance will not have any changes. Your variance will not get affected even if you take your every value deducted by 2, because tambah tolak will not affect measures of dispersion. If you tambah tolak every value in the data, it will not change your variance answer. But when you darab bahagi, then it will change. So what happens to your new variance is the 2.8, you will, the minus 2 deducted by 2 will not affect, but the divide by 3 it will affect. So what you do is you have to divide by 3, but you have to square because it's variance. All right. So don't worry, I'll explain it later. Okay, let's tekan first. 2.8 divide 9. So you will get 0.31111111. So the answer is C lah. All right. Okay, I already promised you I'll explain to you. So I'm going to explain it to you now. Why you have to divide 3 square? Okay, what is measures of dispersion? Measures of dispersion means there's four types of measure dispersion. First is called range, right? So second, we call it interquartile range. I'll just write short form. And then this one is variance. And this one is standard deviation. And if, let's say, I take every data, okay, each data is multiplied, okay, is multiplied, is data, okay, I just use short form lah, multiplied, I'll just use the darab punya simbol, ataupun bahagi dengan K, ya. What will happen to your new range? What happens to your new interquartile range? What happens to your new variance? What happens to your new standard deviation? It will be you will just take the old range times with K, ataupun divide lah, depending on the situation, right? And then if it's new interquartile range, you will take the old interquartile range, multiply also, ataupun divide by K. Okay, depending on the situation, whether it's times or divide. But for your variance, it's special a bit. Because variance, you also have to multiply, divide, but have to divide by K square. Okay, times or divide by K square. So this is very special, right? Because the other square, right? Okay, what about standard deviation? It will be the old standard deviation times ataupun divide by K only. So variance sahaja yang special because they are the square, right? So remember, if each data, okay, if each value in the data darab ataupun bahagi dengan satu number, this is how it will affect your range, interquartile range, variance, and standard deviation answer, right? You will also darab and bahagi with the same number, but for kalau variance, you have to darab bahagi dengan K square, right? So this is very important, okay? Okay, let me just show you the textbook, right? I will show you a notes here. All right, so I want you to look at this. This is directly taken from the textbook, and it's page 28 and 29, right? So the textbook page 28 to 9. So let's besarkan. Okay, focus on this. Focus on this part. So this one, from activity in mind stimulation 3, it is found that what? This one. There are no changes to measures of dispersion when each value means every value. Okay, when every value of set of data is added or subtracted by a constant, means added or subtracted by a number lah. So what it means? It means when you take every value in the data plus ataupun minus, it will not affect your measures of dispersion, right? And what is measures of dispersion? The four I mentioned just now lah. So it means when you take every value, tambah ataupun tolak, it will not affect your range, interquartile range, variance, and division answer. It will not affect. That is why when the soalan says deducted by 2, I didn't even deduct by 2. I never minus 2 because when you tambah ataupun tolak, plus or minus, if you take every value plus or minus satu number, it will not affect your variance and division answer. That is why because of this lah. Okay, because no changes, right? So the keyword here is no changes, right? But I want to look at the next part, which is this part. So from the activity in mind stimulation 4, it is found that this one, focus on this. So when each value means every value is multiplied by K, then the new range will be K times with the original range, ataupun the old range lah. And new interquartile range will be K times original. New standard deviation will be K times original, but the new variance will be K square. Can you see? Variance is the only one yang kena square dulu, baru boleh darab. That is why it's different. Because variance is special a bit, right? The rest all K, 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 but this one is K square, all right? And in the soalan, the K is actually 3, all right? Okay, but what if it's divide? Okay, it's divide is the same thing. When each value of a set of data is divided by K, you also take the range bahagi K. Okay, same with interquartile range, also bahagi K, standard deviation bahagi K. But variance, you have to divide K square because variance memang macam tu. Alright, so is this nota the same as what I show you, what I write just now? It's the same, right? It's the same, okay? It's just that I read it a little bit differently. So yeah, it's the same thing, right? So times divide by K, times divide by K, times divide by K square because it's variance, and then times divide by K. So make sure you remember this thing. It's very important, okay? So, yep, hope you understand. So it means in this case, your K is actually 3. Okay, because you divide by 3, right? So since you are taking every value divide by K, which is 3 in this case, so your new variance will be the old variance, which is 2.8, divide by K square, which is 3 square. All right. Because they divide, so you also divide lah. If they times, then you times also lah. So this is very important. Okay, make sure you remember this. Let's continue with number 9. Table 2 shows the type of games participated by 40 people. So this is definitely the total. Each pupil participated in at least one games, which are chess, carom, or Scrabble. So 40 students, but all the some of the students, all right, I mean each pupil participated in at least one games. All right, it means the students participate more than one game lah. All right. So what does it mean by this? It means if you add all these numbers together, you will not get 40. You will not get 40. You know why? Because there is some overlap here. There is some overlapping because because some students they play chess only, some students play Scrabble only, some students play carom only. But there are some that overlaps where they play 2 games or 3 games. That is why when you add all together, you will not get 40 because there is overlap. Okay. Now this says calculate number of pupils who participated in chess and carom only. Okay, this is from 4, chapter 3, operation on set, the set chapter, right? And when we do this question, we have to look at this word only. This word is very important. Okay, the only word is very important. Okay, so since there is 3 games here and there is overlapping, I will draw my diagram like this. All right, it's very important to draw the diagram to do this question, right? And this circle, I will call it the chess circle, and this circle is for the Scrabble, and then the next will be carom, right? So let me ask you, what is this circle? Chess. Chess. What is this circle? Scrabble. Scrabble. What is this circle? Carom. Carom. But what if I ask you this part? What is this part? This part is not Scrabble. This is Scrabble only. The word only is very important. Okay. What about here? What is this? This is chess only. So if it's chess only, then only I can write here, right? But if I say chess, it's including these 3 also I have to take. Okay. Now, what if I said carom only? It will be here only, right? Understand, right? Now, let me ask you, this middle part. What is this middle part? It will be chess and carom and Scrabble. And chess and carom and Scrabble. That's the middle part. But what if I ask you here? It will be chess and carom. I repeat, chess and carom. But what if I erase the middle? What about this? What about this? What if the shaded region is just like this? This one is chess and carom only. The word only is so important in this type of question. The word only is very important. Okay, so I'm gonna erase and test you one more time. What if I ask you here? What is this? This is Scrabble and carom. Scrabble and carom. Okay. What if I ask you like this? This one is Scrabble and carom only. The word only, it will change the whole meaning, right? So the only is very important, right? So what if I say Scrabble and chess only? It means here only, not including the middle part. But if I say Scrabble and chess, then it's here. Okay, so you understand, Okay, I hope my explanation got help you understand the whole thing. Now we can start to read all this information. So they say chess 18. Okay, can I write 18 here? The answer is no. All right, you cannot write here because I already said this is for chess only. Did they say that the 18 is chess only? No, they just put chess sahaja. So this 18 is actually here plus here plus here plus here. So you cannot write the 18 up here like that. It's just not correct unless they got put the word only. If they got put the word chess only, then you can write like that. So the 18 actually I cannot write now. Same with the Scrabble. 20, I cannot write like this. 20 is wrong. The 20, unless they got mentioned Scrabble only lah, but they never mentioned only, they just said Scrabble. So the 20 is actually here plus here plus here plus here. So it's wrong to write the 20 now. What about Karam? Karam also cannot write because they never said only. It means the 27 is actually sini semua tambah, right? So that you cannot write. Okay, if they never say the word only, you cannot write. What about chess and Scrabble 7? Some of you will go and write chess and Karam, you put 7 here. Wrong, wrong, huh? This is wrong. This is wrong because they never say the word only. If they say chess and Scrabble only, then only you can put here because then only here is 7. But for this case, they just say chess and Scrabble 7. It means the 7 is not here. It's actually here plus with here. All right, this whole thing is 7. So you can write the 7 also. Okay, same with the Scrabble and Carom 12. Can you write this? Cannot. You cannot write Scrabble, Carom, middle 12 like that. Cannot. Because they never say the word only. If they say the word only, then only you write like this is correct. But now they just say Scrabble and Carom. It means the 12 is actually here plus here. So you can't write the 12. It means all this information you cannot write. All right, all this information cannot write. But the last one you can write because the last one is chess and Carom and Scrabble 4. This one you can write because that's the middle part. All right, and you don't have to put the dot. If you put a dot, it becomes elements already. This stands for number of elements. So actually, you cannot write the dot. Okay, but it's not important lah because it's paper one. They don't look at the working also. All right, after you write 4, now you can write the 12 because 12 is actually Scrabble and Carom, which means Scrabble and Carom, the middle part is 12. But you don't go and write 12 like this. Hey, come on, you write like this. You salah already. You have to write 8 here. All right, because I already said the 12 is not just this part. It's actually including the middle part also. That's why you have to take 12 minus 4, 8, right? Because this one is Scrabble and Carom. They never say the word only. If they got put only here, then you can write the 12 down here. Then you write 12 like this, all right? If they got put the word only. Let's continue with chess and Scrabble, which is 7. So chess and Scrabble, where is it? This is chess, this is Scrabble. So 7, can I write 7 like this? Is it correct if I write like this? No, no. Unless they got put the word only. If they say chess and Scrabble only, then only you can write the 7 here, right? If they never say the word only, it means the 7 is actually including the 4. So to get here, you have to take 7 minus 4, which is 3. All right. It means if I say chess and Scrabble, it's like this. But if I say chess and Scrabble only, then only it's here only. Okay. I hope you understand lah. Okay. Next, Carom 27. But this 27 is this 4 add together, right? But there's 2 missing here, so I cannot use the 27 now. Scrabble, I can do it. Yeah, because Scrabble, if you look at Scrabble, there's only 1 missing here. So if to get the missing one, I just take 20 minus 3 minus 4 minus 8. So let's press calculator. 20 minus 7 minus 8. Okay, my calculator give me 5. All right. So this must be 5. The missing one must be 5. Then what about the chess? The chess also I cannot write 18 like this. Because I already said the 18 is the jumlah empat ni tambah together. Okay, but we can't use the 18 now because there's 2 missing here. So yeah, so this information and this information I cannot label now. But I do know that the total is 40. So we can take advantage of this 40, right? So apa yang sekarang kacau saya sekarang? Benda apa yang saya kacau? Yang apa yang saya kena ada sekarang? Yang ini kan? This is my problem here, right? I'm stuck here because I don't have this part. All right, this part, because this is for the chess and Carom only, and I don't have this. Because if I have this, yeah, I have this, I can take 18 minus these 3 numbers to get chess only, and I can take 27 minus these 3 to get this. So the problem now is my biggest problem now is this one. I don't have this. So what I'm gonna do now is I will just call this X, right? I'll just call it X, right? Because this is my problem now, right? So now what I will do is I can write down my chess only. It will be 18 minus 3 minus 4 minus X, which is 18 minus 7 minus X, right? Okay, I'll write outside, right? So it will be 18 minus 3 minus 4 minus X, right? And if you press 18 minus 3 minus 4, you will get 11 minus X, okay? Then what about this part? This Carom, the whole thing Carom is what? Carom is 27. So I'll just take 27 minus, don't forget to minus this. So minus 8 minus 4 minus X. So if you press calculator, you will get 27 minus 12, 15 minus X, right? 15 minus X, okay? It means what I'm doing now is I'm just, because I realized that I cannot label the 18 and 27. So what I'm trying to do is, my problem is this. So I anggapkan yang ni jadi X supaya saya boleh label macam tu, right? And after I write like this, I can use the 40 because 40 is the total number of all students. So what I will do is I will add all this together equals to 40, all right? But I can do it fast. How I can do it fast? We all know Scrabble, the whole thing is how much? Scrabble, the whole thing is 20, right? It's written here. So 20, which is the whole thing here, plus with this 3 lah, which is 11 minus x plus 15 minus x equals to 40. Of course, you can also say, sir, what if I straight away take the whole chess as one value? Can also. If you take this whole thing, you will get 18, right? It means the whole thing here 18 plus 5 plus 8 plus 15 minus x equals 40. Can also. Can also. You will get the same answer, right? But I do it like this lah. All right, what you get here? What is negative x plus x? It's going to be 0. So you just left with negative x. And then 20 plus 11 plus 15, you can press calculator. You will get 46. All right. And the other side is 40. So to find x, you have to pindah the 46, become 40 minus 46, which ends up with negative 6. So your x is 6. So the answer is A. A. Actually, is the answer A? I'm not sure, but I know that x is 6. It means because when I pindah the negative here, it means you are taking negative 6 divide negative 1, right? Because when you pindah negative, it means you dividing by negative 1. That is why x is equals to 6. But is the answer A? Well, I'm not sure because what they ask you to find. Let's read one more time. Calculate number of people who participated in chess and carom only. They got mentioned the word only. So can you tell me which part is chess and carom only? This is chess. This is carom. So they want chess and carom only. It means only this part. Okay, only this part, which is the x lah. And what is x? 6, right? So yeah, the answer is A, right? Okay, let me test you a bit. Let me change the question. Calculate the number of people who participated in chess and carom. Okay, tell me the answer now. Calculate number of people who participate in chess and carom. It means I change the question. I don't put the word only. Can you tell me what is the answer? So if I want to find number who participate in chess and carom, then it will not be 6 already. It will be 6 plus 4 already. Because if I say chess and carom, it's this whole thing. 6 plus 4 lah. All right. But if I got mentioned only, then it's only this part. That's why the answer is 6 for this question. All right. So hope you understand. So let's change it back to the original one. Okay. Yeah. Let's continue with number 10. Which of the following graph is a tree? Okay, this one you have to take note. This is an exam famous question. All right. This type of question, they really like to ask in exam. Okay, where they ask you which one is tree. So what is tree? You have to hafal, got 4 characteristics. All right. Oh, by the way, this is under which chapter? Form 4, chapter 5, network in graph theory. All right. So tree, the first characteristic is all vertices must be connected. All vertices are connected. It means there cannot have cannot have a isolated vertex. Isolated vertex means satu vertex yang tak ada orang connect, right? So the first characteristic. Second is what is the second one? I forgot. It must be a simple graph. It must be a simple graph. What does it mean by simple graph? It means no loops, no multiple edges, right? Okay, and then the third one is no cycle. No cycle, right? No cycle means tak boleh ada kawasan yang tutup. That cannot have a like a kawasan yang tertutup. Okay, and then the next part, number 4 is the number of edges must always be equals to the number of vertices minus 1. All right, but whenever I teach student doing objective, we always check for this first because it's the easiest. This one, you use your eyes, you can see already whether got cycle or not. So if you look at A, B, C, D, you can already see the answer already because B got cycle, C got cycle, D also got cycle. This is what you call a cycle, by the way, where you start from one vertex and then you go back to itself. So it forms a kawasan yang tertutup. So when it forms a kawasan tertutup, it means there is a cycle. So we all know B, C, D cannot be 3, then definitely the answer is A, right? And if you check with the other characteristic, it will, how to say, follow all these 4 characteristics. The first one, all vertices connected, yes. Simple graph, yes also. No loops, no multiple edges. Number of edges, is it true? The number of edges is number of vertices minus 1. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 edges. What about vertices? Vertices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, the number of edges is indeed 6 minus 1, which is 5. Okay, so hope you understand. Make sure you hafal these 4 characteristics for the tree. Okay. Okay, let's continue with number 11. So let's read the question. First of all, diagram 3 shows an undirected, it means no arrow, no direction, and weighted. Weighted means they will label with numbers, all right? And the numbers can represent anything. It can represent mass, distance, speed, price. It represent whatever. Huh? Okay, so weighted graph for location of 6 bus stops in the city. So these are all bus stops. The weights shown are distance in kilometers. So all these numbers actually represents kilometers. So these are all distance lah. So distance between 2 bus stations. Okay, now it says if a bus depart from P, it means start from P, okay, and then stop at U. So P stop at U. Find the shortest distance travel by the bus if the bus passes each bus stop only once. So passes each bus stop, it means I cannot go PTSU. I cannot go like that because I have to passes through each bus stop. Means I have to pass through every bus stop. Okay, and I can only pass through only once. It means I cannot go PQT and then S, okay, and then maybe R. Okay, it means I cannot, how to say, PTSR and then maybe Q and then go T like that cannot lah. It means you can only passes through satu bus stop boleh passes through sekali saja, right? It means it's like one way lah. It's one way, okay? One way and we have to start from P and habis dekat U, alright? We have to end our journey at U, okay? And it's one way, okay? Okay, so now what we do is we list down all the possible how to say possible jalan yang dia boleh ambil lah. So P I can go Q, right? I can go Q, and after I go Q I can go R, okay, but cannot lah. If I go R I will get stuck, right? Because imagine if I go Q I go R, what will happen? I will get stuck because I cannot after I reach R I cannot go U, because if I go U, okay, because they already say I have to stop at U, so I cannot go U. The only way is to go S, but I will get stuck because if I go S I cannot go U because I haven't passes through T yet. So the only way is go T, but I will get stuck because T tak ada jalan pergi U. So I think you cannot go PQR. I think you have to go PQ. The only way if you want to go PQ, you must go cannot go R, and it also cannot go U. The only road is go T, and then go T, and then go S, and then don't go U first. You have to go passes through R first, then only go back to U. So this is the first possible jalan yang you boleh ambil. Okay, and but you can also go P to T, right? P to T, right? So you can go P to T. Okay, can you go S? Yes, right? PT, you go S, R, Q, U. Yeah, can also. If you go like that also, you can pass us through all the bus stop and it will also stop at U, right? So yeah, this is also one of the jalan yang you boleh ambil. But I saw another jalan which is P to T. Instead of going S, R, Q, U, you can go what? You can go QRSU, right? QRSU can also, right? It means after you go P to T, you go Q. After you go Q, you go R. Okay. And then you go S and then you go U. Okay. So is there any other jalan yang saya boleh ambil? P, T, S, R, Q, U. If I go R, yeah, these are only this three road is the only three possibilities. Tak ada dah jalan lain. Okay. Yeah, tak ada jalan lain dah. Okay. So now what I do is I will add all the distance lah. Then I can find out which one is the shortest distance. So let's find out the distance for the first jalan. P to Q. P to Q is 15. So I will press my calculator 15. And then plus with Q to T. Q to T is P to Q 15. Q to T which is 9. And then plus with S to R which is 25. And then plus with the last one which is R to U which is 14. So my calculator give me, wait, did I press correctly? P to Q is 15 ma. So 15 plus with P to Q and then Q to T. Q to T is 9 lah. Okay. And then T to S. T to S is 6. Okay. And then S to R is 25. And then plus with R to U which is 14. Okay, my calculator give me 69. Alright, 69. But you cannot bulat the answer first. You have to calculate this one and this one also. Then only you can know which one is the shortest. Okay, P to T. P to T, 12. Plus T to S, which is 6. And then press calculator. Plus S to R, which is 25. So press plus 25. And then plus with R to Q, which is 20. So plus 20. And then the last one is Q to U, which is 15. Okay, my calculator give me 78. 78. Right, so let's try with the last one. P to T, let's go P to T 12 plus with T to Q T to Q is 9, okay, and then plus with Q to R, okay, 20, okay, I'm pressing my calculator, and then plus R to S, which is 25, and then plus S to U, which is 11. Okay, when you tekan equal, the calculator will give you 77, right? So I think it's very obvious which one is the shortest distance. This one is the shortest distance, so the answer is 69. Okay, we are doing paper 1, so we don't have to write down the working also, right? But I want you to know that if you are doing paper 2, you have to write them, you have to show them this working. You have to show them which jalan you ambil, and then you have to write down what plus what plus what plus what plus what equals to 69, right? If you are doing paper 2, of course, right? Because paper 2, they look at your working. If paper 1, I will just straight away press calculator and yeah, and find out the answer. Okay, number 12, let's go. Diagram 4 shows a shaded region that satisfies 4 inequalities. So this is the kawasan, the shaded region, and there is 4, is surrounded by 4 different lines. And they ask you which of the following coordinates are in the shaded region. It means they are asking which of these 4 points satisfies, right? Because sometimes they like to use this word also, satisfies, right? So they're asking which of these 4 points satisfy this region. What does it mean by satisfy? It means which of these 4 points will duduk dalam kawasan berlorek, duduk dalam shaded region. But macam mana nak tahu whether this point inside the shaded region or not? Okay, very simple. You just ganti this point dalam dia punya inequality. If you ganti dalam inequality, you will know whether it's satisfied or not. All right. So let me tell you how to get the inequality. First, you need the equation first. Of course, you need the equation first. So we have the first line, which is y equals x. So this is the first line equation. And then the next line would be the 2y plus x equals 8 punya garisan. So we have 2 lines. But I already said there's 4 lines there. So there should be 4 equations. So can you see the third line? This one, right? This line. So this line is actually y equals 8, right? Let me explain. Because if you look carefully, this line, okay, this red color line, it's a non-gradient line. It's like a horizontal line. So if it's horizontal line, the equation takkan jadi y equal mx plus c. The equation will not be y equal mx plus c. If it's non-gradient line like this, horizontal, the equation will just be y equals number. And the number depends on where you potong the y-axis. So dia potong y-axis dekat sini, it means this is the number that you will write here for the equation. But how to get this number? Well, this point is actually the y-intercept of the 2y plus x equals 8. So what you can do is you can change this to y equals mx plus c. So you'll get 2y equals to plus x jadi negative x plus 8. So everything divided by 2 means you make the y single, negative 1 over 2x plus 4. So you can tell this, the y-intercept of this line is 4. That is why this is 4. But look at this 4. It's the y-intercept for this line, but at the same time, it's also y-intercept of this line. That is why this line, the equation will be y equals 4. Right? And at the same time, you can also find the x-intercept, which is this point. So how do we find x-intercept? You will ganti y equals 0. Okay, make sure you know how to cari x-intercept. You ganti y equals 0. So how to find your x? Negative 1 over 2, when you move there, become positive 1 over 2x equals 4. So x will be 4 times 2, which is 8. You can use your calculator to help you. It means this is 8. It means what would this line, the equation, it will not be y equal mx plus c. This is a non-gradient line. Non-gradient line, the equation is either x equals number or y equals number, right? So this time your equation is like that. And you can see it cuts the x-axis. So if it cuts the x-axis, the equation will be x equals to something. So dia potong x-axis dekat mana? It cuts x-axis at 8, right? So the equation is x equals 8. After I find out all these 4 equations, I will change all 4 of them to inequalities. Inequality means I change it to smaller or bigger, or smaller sama dengan, bigger sama dengan. So you can look at this line. The kawasan lorek is below the line. So below means smaller. But you have to put the line like this because the line they use here is a solid line. This is what we call a solid line, all right? It means if it's solid line, you have to put the line down here, right? Okay, for my next one, 2y plus x, 8. Let's change this equation to inequality. This line is referring to this line, but look at the shaded region. It's above the line or below the line? It's above the line. So if it's above the line, you will write bigger. But when you write bigger, do you have to write the line bawah sini? Tak payah. Tak payah, because they use dotted line. If they use dotted line, you don't have to put the garis bawah. So this is done already. This is the inequality, the second inequality. Let's go to the third inequality, y4. Which line? Y4 is this line, right? But look at the kawasan lorek. It's above the line or below the line? Atas garisan or bawah garisan? Bawah garisan, right? Because the shaded region is down here. So I have to put smaller, right? But it's a dotted line. So if it's a dotted line, you don't have to put the garis. You don't have to put the garis, right? Okay, finally, we are the last one, x8. This one is this straight line, all right? So look at the shaded region. If it's on the left, I will write smaller. If it's on the right, I will write bigger. So sekarang shaded region is on the left, sebelah kiri. So sebelah kiri, I will write smaller. But smaller or smaller sama dengan? Smaller or smaller sama dengan? Yang mana? Yang ini, bukan yang ini, eh? Yang ini. Kenapa? Because it's a dotted line. If it's dotted line, you don't have to put the garis bawah. And after you write down all the four inequalities, now it's time to see, to check which of the following coordinates is within the shaded region. It's very easy. So for example, if I want to know whether A 2 4 whether is satisfy this 4 is inside the shaded region, I just have to guarantee the 2 4 inside these 4 inequalities, right? And if I get a true statement, then it means satisfy. So let me show you what I meant by that. X is 2, Y is 4, right? Ganti into the first inequality, it will be 4 smaller sama dengan 2, alright? So is it true that 4 is smaller sama dengan 2? No, 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 right? Because 4 is bigger than 2. So you get a false statement. When you ganti the 2, 4 inside here, you get a false statement. It means you don't have to try with the other inequality already, because you know A is wrong already, right? Because for the points to be correct, it has to satisfy all 4. It means when you ganti into 4 equality, all 4 will give you a true statement. Then only we say that that point is inside we can only say that that point is satisfied ataupun is inside the shaded region, right? Let's try with 3 2. The x is 3, the y is 2. So let's ganti into the first inequality. It will be y, which is 2 smaller sama dengan 3. Is this a true statement? 2 smaller? Yes. Yeah. It means this point satisfy this inequality, but it's not the answer yet. It has to satisfy all 4. Then only we can say that this point is in the shaded region, right? So let's try with this. 2y plus x bigger than 8. Do you get a true statement? Let's see. Y you substitute 2, x you substitute 3. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 bigger than 8. No lah, this one 7, where 7 is smaller than 8, right? 7 is not bigger than 8. So you get a false statement on the second inequality. So this is where the B is wrong already. You don't have to try with the 3 4 already. No need to try already. Okay, because if it's salah satu, then you know it's not the answer already. It has to betul semua baru boleh. So B is not the answer. Now let's try with C, which is 4 3. So the x is 4, the y is 3. Let's ganti. Y is 3. So 3 smaller sama dengan 4. Is this a true statement? Yes, because 3 is indeed smaller than 4. What about this? 2y plus x bigger than 8. The y for this case is 3, and for this, the x is 4. 2 times 3 is 6, 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 bigger than 8. Well, this is also a true statement. 10 is really bigger than 8. Then what about this? Y has to be smaller than 4. So we are only using the y coordinate, which is 3 smaller than 4. Is this a true statement? Yes. 3 is smaller than 4. So, yep, this is this point satisfy the third inequality as well. Now for my last one, x has to be smaller than 8. So is it true that the x coordinate 4 is smaller than 8? Yes. So we all know which one is the answer already. C is the answer. Okay, understand, huh? Then what about D? The D no need to try later. Okay, but let's try it anyway lah. Okay, so 8 4, right? So we all know this is wrong. You know why? Because look at the third inequality. The third inequality says y has to be smaller than 4. So look at the y coordinate now. The y coordinate for D is 4. So is 4 smaller than 4? No, this is a false statement. Unless they got put the line here, then it becomes true if I put the line. But if there's no line, this is false actually, because 4 is not smaller than 4. Numbers that are smaller than 4 are 3, 2, 1, 0. 4 is not included, right? Unless they got put the garisan. Huh? Okay, so yeah, we all know D is wrong, B is wrong, A is wrong. The only thing left is C. Okay, so this method is a better method to do this question. So I hope you understand. All right, so let's continue. Okay, number 13. Let's see. Diagram 5 shows a speed time graph for Daniel's car movement for a period of 42 minutes after picking up his mother from her workplace. So this is a speed time graph, but always look at the unit. Because this chapter, I always tell students the same thing. Always check the unit. So this is a speed time graph. The unit for speed is kilometer per hour, but look at the time. It's in minutes. And the minutes and the hour here didn't match, right? So if we want to find acceleration, right, ataupun find distance, right, there is a high chance that we have to change the unit, right? But we also have to read the question, because sometimes they want the question in a specific unit, right? So let's see what they want. Calculate total distance in kilometer. You see, they want in kilometer, and they want the distance traveled by Daniel from uniform speed until he reaches his destination. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the speed formula. Speed formula is actually distance over time. Distance bahagi dengan time. So how to calculate distance then? You have to take the speed times with time, right? You have to take speed darab time. It means you have to take your y-axis, which is your speed, time, right? So speed darab time. And if you look at the graph, kebetulan your y-axis is speed, your x-axis time means you are finding area. Okay, you are finding area under graph. Okay, area under graph. Under graph means bawah garisan. But you are not finding the whole area here. Please look, read carefully. Calculate distance in kilometer traveled by Daniel from uniform speed until he reaches his destination. It means from uniform speed. What do we call this line? This is the speed is increasing. So we call this accelerate. Accelerate pecotan. What about this line? This line, the speed never changed. So we call this a uniform speed ataupun constant speed. Okay, kelajuan seragam, right? Then what about this one? This one, the speed is decreasing over time. We call this decelerate, nyah pecotan, right? So what they want is the distance from uniform speed until destination. From uniform speed means from here onwards. So we are only calculate area under graph for this shape and this shape, right? Not including this. So what we want to find is area. Okay, area. So let's find the area under graph. But there is a problem actually because they want in kilometer. So if your speed unit is in kilometer per hour and you want your distance in kilometer, it means you have to times with hour, right? Then only the hour can cut become kilometer. But if you look carefully now, it's minutes. So if I take all this value to find the area later, I will it's wrong. Yeah, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. So what you have to do is you have to make sure the time is in hours. So why not we convert everything to hour now? So 12 divide 60, 30 divide 60, 42 divide 60. All right. Because 1 hour is 60 minutes. So you want to convert minutes to hour, you divide 60. 12 divide 60, if I press, I'm going to get 0.2. 30 divide 60, you press calculator, 0.5. And then 42 divide 60 is 0.7. So now I can proceed with the area part. So let's find the area of this shape. What is this shape? This is a rectangle. To find area of rectangle, it will be base times height. So what is the panjang from here to here? The panjang from here to here will be 0.3. For those who tell me 0.5, salah. 0.5 is from here to here. I only want here to here. So you have to minus with 0.2. Okay. Okay. Times with what? Times with the tinggi, which is 60. The 60 unit, you don't have to change because this is already, the unit is already what I want, right? Kilometer per hour. And then plus with the area of triangle, which is 1/2 times base times height. What will be the base? The base is not 0.7, it's not 0.5. It's 0.7 minus 0.5, which is 0.2, right? That's the base. Okay. Okay. And the reason why I have to write 0.2 is because I need the unit in hours. This is in minutes. And then the height is 60, right? So if you do it like this, then you can cari distance in kilometer later, right? Because the area will give you distance and it will automatically come out in kilometer because you're taking kilometer per hour and hours and then finding the area, right? Okay, 0.3 times 60, what you get? You're gonna get 18. And guess what's the unit of this thing? Kilometers. Okay, and then plus with 30 times 0.2, okay, 6, right? So you will get the area is 24, and guess what? This is the distance, and it's already in kilometers, all right? So the answer is A. Okay, so I just want to mention one more time, when we are dealing with this chapter, always check the unit. The unit, because they will try to make it susah by how to say, main dengan unit dia. So just be careful lah, right? Okay, let's continue with question number 14. Diagram 6 shows a set of data. So this is a set of data, and be more specific, it's an ungrouped data. Ungrouped data because there's no class here. So this is an ungrouped data. Find the difference in value of third quartile and the first quartile for the set of data. It means they are finding interquartile range lah. Okay, because they want to find third quartile minus first quartile means you are taking the Q3 minus Q1, right? So in order to find Q1, Q3, you need to arrange the number in ascending order first, right? So what is the smallest number here? 3, followed by what is the next highest number? 5, tapi ada 2 kali, so 5, 5. And then I saw 6, 6, all right, let's go. And then 7, 7, and then 9, okay. And then 10, 10, 11, 12. 10, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I already potong semua, means I never leave out any numbers. Okay, so before I find the first quartile, third quartile, I need to find Q2 first, right? And for those who don't know what is Q2, Q2 means the median. Median means the number at the middle. So what you do is you will cut here, because you want to find the median, right? And then cut here, 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 cut here. So you can see the middle number is 7. So 7 is the Q2 ataupun median. Okay, median is Q2. After you get the Q2, now you can find your Q1 and Q3. What will be Q1? Q1 will be the first half punya middle. Q3 will be the second half punya middle. So first half got how many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 7 we don't count it because that's the Q2 already. So the first half is only here. Means there's 5 numbers in the first half and there's 5 numbers also at the second half, right? So let's find the middle of the first half. So you will potong here, potong here, potong here, potong here. So very clear to me, the Q1 is 5, right? Now what about the second half punya middle? So second half punya middle will be, you potong 9, you potong 12, you potong 10, you potong 11. So 10 is the Q3. So now to find the Q3 minus Q1 is 10 minus 5, which is 5. So the answer is C, all right? Okay, I want to tell you another method. You can also use this formula. I teach this in my class also. The formula for median, there's actually a special formula. It's called n plus 1 divided 2. But I will write TH here. What is TH? TH stands for kedudukan ataupun the position. The position ataupun kedudukan. So, what is N? N is the bilangan data ataupun berapa orang. So ada berapa orang sini? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if you use this formula, we will get 11 plus 1 divided 2. But this is the kedudukan, the position. So 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 divided 2 is 6. But I repeat one more time, 6 is not the answer. It's the position of the data. So the median will be at the 6th position. So let's count. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 position. So the 6th data is 7. Therefore, the median is 7. Can you see it's the same if I do it like if I guna the potong-potong punya cara is the same, right? 7, right? And the first half got how many numbers? 5 numbers. Macam mana nak tahu 5 number punya middle dekat mana? You can use this formula also. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 divided 2 is 3. It means third number. Count from left, third number. So 1, 2, 3. You see? The third number. So the first half punya middle is 5. Alright? So this is another method. Alright? And I recommend you learn this method also because sometimes the data got too many numbers. And if there's too many numbers, we will not potong like that because it's makan masa if you potong macam tu. Like for example, there's like 20 numbers, right? Where they give you a frequency and the frequency is like 20 for one number and then 30 for another number. Like how are you supposed to potong? There's so many numbers. So you just use this formula. All right. So this formula can be useful when there is too many data. Okay. But if you prefer the potong-potong punya cara, can also lah. Okay. But when the data is sikit macam tu, then you can potong lah. Tapi I think it's still important to learn this formula. All right. That's why I explain it to you. Okay, let's continue with number 15. A box contains 18 bits and the number of green bits is twice the number of yellow bits. So let's write it down. 18 is the total. We have green bits, we have yellow bits. So it says now the number of green bits is twice. So if we write it in ratio, it means that the green bits punya ratio is 2, the yellow bits is 1. All right? It means the green bits occupies 2 portion, but the yellow bits is only 1 portion. Okay, it means if the green bits ratio is 2, the yellow bits is 1. And then it says 2 bits are selected at random from the box without replacement. Calculate probability of getting at most a yellow bit. Okay, before we do this, let's find out the number of green bits and number of yellow bits first, because we can actually find it out. Because if green bits punya ratio is 2, it means the number of green bits will be 2 over berapa total portion? 3, right? And then times with 18, right? Now, what about yellow bits? How to get the number of yellow bits? It will be 1 over 3. Okay, because because the total ratio is 3, right? But yellow only occupies 1 portion. So 1 over 3 times with the total 18, right? And you will get 6 here, you will get 12 here, right? And 12 plus 6, you will really get 18, right? So after you know the number of green bits, yellow bits, now we can find the probability when 2 bits are selected. So can you tell me all the possibilities when I select 2 bits? It's either I get green, ataupun green, yellow, ataupun yellow, green, ataupun yellow, yellow. Whenever I teach students to do probability question, I always say the same thing. Write down all the possibility first. Because students, they usually, they just try to find whatever they want. If you do like that, you will miss out. Okay, it's very easy to do careless mistake and you missed out one of the option. So please, I need you all to have this habit. Whenever do probability, write down all the possibility macam saya. So these are all the possibilities. Green, 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 yellow, yellow, green, yellow, yellow. So these are all the possibilities. Lepas tu, baru kita tengok soalan nak cari yang mana. So the soalan got says without replacement. Without replacement means after I take the first bit, I never put it back. Okay, it means when I take the second bit, the total sudah minus 1. because I sudah ambil satu keluar. So without replacement means after I choose my first bid, I never put it back. Okay, I never put it back. I just letak tepi and then take another bit from the back box again. So calculate probability of getting at most one yellow. Okay, what does it mean by at most one yellow? It means you kena ambil satu yellow ataupun kurang daripada satu yellow. That's what it means by at most one yellow. Selebih-lebih satu kuning. It means paling banyak satu kuning saja. So satu kuning ataupun less than satu kuning. So one yellow or less than one yellow. So yang ni boleh tak? Yang ni boleh lah. Because it's satu yellow ataupun less than one, because this is zero yellow. So yeah, can. What about this one? This one also can, because I said already at most one yellow means one yellow or less than one yellow. So this one boleh. This one also boleh because it's at most one yellow, right? So satu yellow boleh lah. Yang ni pun boleh sebab dia kosong yellow. Because at most one yellow means kosong yellow. So what about yang ni? Yang ni tak boleh lah. Yang ni tak boleh sebab ya, at most one yellow. It means dia paling banyak satu yellow saja. One yellow ataupun kurang daripada satu yellow. Yang ini dua yellow. So of course yang ni tak boleh. So what you do is you find the property of this, and then plus them together. Right? But there is a faster method to do it. Okay? Because total probability will always be 1. So you can take 1 minus yellow punya probability. Alright? Because total probability is 1. So if you take 1 minus this one, you will straight away dapat yang balance. It means yang ini. Then I know the answer already. Okay, so I will do it like this. It's faster. So it will be 1 minus yellow punya probability. What will be the yellow punya probability? Okay, the first yellow punya probability will be 6 over 18. Right? Because the formula for probability is you take the number divide by the total. So if I want to find probability of yellow, I will take number of yellow divide by total. So number of yellow is 6, total is 18. But for the second yellow punya probability, it will not be over 18. It will be over 17 because without replacement means I never put it back. So when I'm making my second selection, the total inside the bag is 17 and the number of yellow remaining in the bag is 5 because the first one I take is also yellow. So the 6 become 5 already. So this will be your final answer. So if I press this, I will get the answer. 6 over 18 times 5 over 17 and then 1 minus answer. So my calculator give me 46 over 51. Alright, so this is the answer. Alright, so for student that wants to do it slowly, can also. Okay, what is the other method to do it slowly? It means you calculate the green probability. Lepas tu, the green yellow probability and then yellow green, right? Okay, let me show you that you will get the same answer also. You can do it like that also. So green will be what? 12 over 18 for the first green times with, okay, the second green will be 11 over 17. You know why? Because without replacement, right? So when I take it out, the 18 becomes 17. And since the first one is also green, the second green will be 11 left in the box. Okay, what about this one? This one dia reset balik, dia jadi over 18 balik, and then green ada berapa? 12, right? And then after we take out one, it will be over 17. Okay, because saya sudah keluar satu. And then yellow masih ada berapa? 6, right? And don't forget to times them together lah. And then what about this one? This one kita reset balik jadi over 18, this one over 17. So yellow ada berapa? 6 over 18 at first. And then the second green will be, okay, the first one yang saya ambil is yellow. So green masih ada 12 lah dalam box tu. And then you tambah semua. And believe me, if you press this in your calculator, you will get the same. Okay, believe me. Okay, okay, I will try to press it now. Okay, I'll just press it fast. Okay, 12 divided 18 times 6 over 17 plus 6 over 18 times 12 over 17. Okay, I press in my calculator and yeah, it really gives you the same answer, 46 over 51, right? So remember, you can use this method sometimes because if you want to, the total probability is always 1. So I can take 1 minus dengan yang saya tak mau to get the balance, right? So it will give you the same answer, all right? Okay, hope you understand my explanation. We continue. Number 16. Okay, number 16 is a difficult question, right? It's a very confusing question. So let's go. Encik Ravi wants to buy a piece of land worth RM 720,000. So this is the price of the land. He plans to save 10% for down payment. All right. So it means he will pay 10%. Then what about the 90%? Okay, the 90% maybe he will pinjam from bank and pay over time. Okay. So Encik Ravi's monthly income is 7,500. In every January, his salary will increase 200. So this 200 only increase in January now. And then he says he allocates 15% from his monthly income to pay for the down payment of the land. So 50% of his monthly income he will use it to pay for the down payment. How many months will it take for Encik Ravi to reach his financial goal if he starts his saving is January 2023? Okay, first of all, we can find, okay, the monthly income is 7,500. So, and he says that he will allocate 15% to pay for the pay for the down payment, right? Okay, so let's calculate the down payment first lah. Let's calculate down payment first. So the down payment will be 720,000, which is the total price of the land times with 10%. Okay, that's 0.1 lah. 10% is 0.1. So 72000. That is what you get when you press the calculator. And what is this? What is this? This is the down payment. Down payment means the money that you must pay. Okay, that you pay first. The money that you pay first. Okay, so this is the amount that he's trying to save up. He's trying to save up this amount. But his monthly income is 7,500, and he's only saving 15% from the monthly income to pay for the down payment. So let's calculate 0.15 times 7,500, and you will realize that you will get a very small value, which is 1125. Okay, 1125. Now tell me, what is 1125? The amount that he, how to say, he saved 15% from monthly income. It means this 7,500 is actually the monthly income. So 1 month income, he will save 15%. So this 1125 is what you save in 1 month, right? So can you see that it's not enough to pay the down payment? Yeah lah, because if you only save for 1 month, of course it's not enough to pay for the down payment, because the down payment is 72,000. Your 1 month saving is only 1125. So in order to make it to 72,000, I have to save more than 1 month lah. So how many months I have to save to get 72,000? I will take 72,000 divide 1125. But I will tell you it's wrong to do it like that, right? Because they got mentioned increase 200 in January, right? But if you take 72,000 divide 1125, let's just see what happens, right? I already know it's wrong, but let's just see what happens. So what you get is, you get 64, right? You get 64. But let me tell you why this is wrong. Because if your 1 month salary is 7,500, okay, and your increase is 15%, it means you save 15%, which is 125. It means it will take you 64 months for your savings to be 72,000. But it will be less than 64 months, because there's a salary increase in every January. So every January, the salary will increase 200. It means every January, your salary becomes 200. Your salary increase 200. It means your monthly income is 7,700, because your monthly income is 7,500, but only in January your monthly salary increased 200. That's why 7,500 plus 200 is 7,700. And when you multiply with 15%, you will get the amount you save for January. Right? So 7700 times 0.15, what you get? 1155. And what is 1155? The amount you save in 1 month, but for January. So amount saved in January. In 1 month also lah. This is the amount saved in 1 month. This is also the amount saved in 1 month. It's just that this one is in January, because January special sikit ada salary increase. That's why the amount you save banyak sikit lah, 1155. But in other months, you can only save up 1125, right? So now tell me, macam mana nak cari how many months for it to reach 72,000? I have to take 1155, which is January, every January punya month, and then macam mana? Let's think about this. 1155 darab dengan apa? Darab dengan okay. Let's change the way I approach this question. I can calculate 1 year lah. It means 1 year, he saved how much? 1 year. The savings for 1 year, it will be, okay, 1 year got how many January? 1 January saja kan? Because 1 year got 12 months, right? 12 months. So if I want to calculate for 1 year, it will be 1155. Because in the first month, January, you will save 1155. But in the remaining months, February, March, April, June, July, you save 1125 for each month, right? But there's 11 months in total, right? Because the first month, January, you save 1155. And then the rest of the month, you just save 1125. So if you calculate this, you will know how much savings you have in 1 year, right? So 1155 plus 11 times 1125, which is 13530. So what is 13530? This is the amount that you managed to save in 1 year. In 1 year. So can you tell me how to calculate how many year to reach 72,000? We can calculate that, right? Just take 72,000, divide 13530. Then I will know how many years I need to save up, right? So let's press and see what I get. 72000 divide answer. Okay, my calculator give me 5.32. 5.32. But this is the number of years. It means I have to save save for 5.32 years, then only I can get 72,000 in my savings, right? But the soalan never asks you how many years. The soalan asks you how many months will it take for Encik Ravi. So to know how many months, I times 12 lah. So I just times 12. So, but use the answer button. I don't recommend you to round off and tekan 5 times 12. If you tekan 5 times 12, you will get A, right? But no, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Use the answer button. It means instead of pressing 5 times 12, you will press 5.3215077776 times 12. Okay. Okay, my calculator give me 63.86. 858 lah. But 63.86, right? But I will tell you the answer will be D lah. All right, because that's the nearest answer. Okay. It means you have to save for lebih kurang approximately 63 months. Then only you can reach then only your savings will reach 72,000. Ataupun you have to save 5.32 years. Five more than 5 years lah. Okay, 5 years lebih sikit to reach here, right? But since they ask in months, it means 5 years is equivalent to 63 months. Okay, lebih kurang approximately 63 months. Okay, so yeah, this question is a bit confusing, it's a bit difficult. Okay, but if you understand the soalan, actually it's not that hard. Yeah, so this is how I would do it. Hope you understand. Okay, let's continue with question number 17. Okay. Okay, number 17. Let's read the question. Which of the following statement describe the equation below? So this is the statement. Okay, so I think this is variation, right? So if you look at the answer, I already know the answer is A. Yeah. So how we do it is, okay, first of all, if you look at this, 1 over y varies directly. Varies directly means atas dengan atas. Okay. It means bila dia naik, dia pun naik. Okay. Dia dua-dua naik. So varies directly as cube root x means like this. Okay. Like this. Right. And when you change it to equation, you can change this. This is the symbol for relationship. And you can change this symbol to equal. But you have to tambah k, right? Right. So this is how it will end up. Okay. And what about the second one? The second one is cube root y. Varies directly. So atas dengan atas also lah. Bila dia naik, ni pun naik. So varies directly as cube root of x. But when you change it to equation, it will look like this. Cube root of y equals k cube root of x. It means you can change this variation symbol to equal, tapi you kena tambah k, and the k will start up with whatever at the back here, right? It's a times relation. Okay. Okay. For the next one, square root y varies directly. So atas dengan atas. Okay, because directly as cube root of x. So it will look like this. And when you change it to equation, it will look like this. Square root y equals k times with the cube root of x. Okay, last one. Y varies directly as cube root of x. So atas dengan atas also, right? But if it is inversely, you have to put 1 over lah. Because inversely means one, duduk bawah, atas dengan bawah. Okay, so yang ni akan jadi y equals k cube root of x. So A, B, C, D, which one is the answer? If you look at this, it's clear to me that the 5 can pindah sana, right? So if you look at all the in front is either 1 over y ataupun cube root y, right? There's no 5 here. So the only way is to bring out the 5. So when I take out the 5, it will be like this. 5, 1 over y equals 10 cube root x. So what I do is I pindah the 5 to the other side. It becomes 10 divided 5, which is 2 cube root of x. So after you reach here, it's very clear already which one is the answer. So 1 over y on this side. So this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. So A is the answer, right? So you can see this and this looks exactly the same. 1 over y, 1 over y. Cube root x, cube root x. It means the k is 2 lah. The constant is 2. Okay, so the answer is A lah. Yeah, so this is very straightforward. If you understand how to do variation, this will be very easy to you. Okay, let's continue with number 18. Diagram 7 shows a cylinder, all right. The area of curved surface LCM square of a cylinder varies directly as the diameter of base D and height. So varies directly. So atas dengan atas. So L, and then use this symbol directly as D and T. So D and T. So like that, right? Varies directly as D. So atas dengan atas. Atas, atas, right? Okay. By the way, what is the surface area of cylinder formula? What is the surface area, total surface area for cylinder? What is the formula? Do you know? 2 pi r square plus 2 pi rh, right? This is the formula, okay? But we will not be using this formula in this question. I just want to mention it because most students don't remember the formula for surface area cylinder. So I'll just mention it here, okay? But this question is not relevant. Or, I mean, this formula is not relevant in this question because we don't need this actually. So what it says here is, what is the change in the area of curved surface? It means L lah. So they're asking you what happens to the L, to the curved surface means L, if the height of cylinder decreased by half and the base diameter is fixed. So the diameter is fixed, the D is fixed, but the what is it? The T, which is the height, decreased by half. So what happens to the surface area? Of course, it will decrease also lah. So if you look at ABCD, you know the answer already. The area of surface will decrease also, right? This is how you do it. Okay, let me explain a bit more. If it varies directly, if dia duduk atas atas atas, it means what? Kalau yang ini increase, yang ini pun increase. Kalau yang ini decrease, kalau let's use red color. Kalau yang ini decrease, yang ini pun decrease. Kalau varies directly, it means they will follow the same pattern. If one side increase, the other side increase, decrease, decrease. Kalau satu decrease, the other decrease also. But what if it's like this? For example, I give an example like this. Okay, this one is not varies directly. This one varies inversely. Okay, if it's this case, it means if y decrease, x will increase. Because this one is varies inversely. Kalau varies inversely, means atas dengan bawah. It means it will be like this. Kalau y decrease, x will increase. Tapi kalau y increase, then x will decrease. Right? It means dia terbalik one. Dia songsang lah. Dia kalau satu naik, satu turun. Kalau satu turun, satu naik. Kalau dia varies inversely. But kalau varies directly, dia akan ikut. Kalau satu side increase, dia pun increase. Kalau decrease, dia pun decrease. So the answer is B. Actually, you just fikir logic pun you tahu, right? Hey, imagine the formula for total surface area is this one. And I'm telling you that the height of cylinder decrease by half, but the diameter stay the same. Diameter stay same means the radius never change, but the height decrease by half. So what do you think will happen to your surface area? You use your logic brain also, you know. Of course, the total surface area will decrease lah because the height punya value sudah jadi kecil. So when the height value decrease, of course the answer you get for your total surface area also will be lesser. So yeah, you lose logic also, you can know the answer is B lah. Okay. A salah because they say no change. C says increase, lagi salah. Area decrease by half. Well, no. I don't think it decreased by half. Wait, let's try. Let's try to actually find the surface area. So the radius is how much? 2.1 divide 2. So let's see. What do you get? 1.05. So the radius is 1.05. So if we want to calculate the surface area, which is L, they use L in this case. So let's use L. So 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. The r for this case is 1.05. That's the radius. And then 2 pi r h, which is 1.05 times with the height, which is 5. So if I calculate this, I will get how much? 1.05 square times 2. Okay. This part I get 2.205 pi. And then plus with 5 times 2, which is 10, and then 10.5 pi. And then plus with 2.205. Oops. Wait, plus with 10.5. Okay, I get 12.705 pi. So this is the surface area using this radius and this height, right? But what if they say height of cylinder decreased by half? It means the height become 2.5. So if this become 2.5, what happens to your new surface area? So let's try. It will be 2 pi r. R is still 1.05 square because they say the diameter is fixed, right? Diameter fixed means radius also fixed. And then this one is 1.05. But this time the height is 2.5 because it's decreased by half, right? So let's see what I get for my new surface area. So 1.05 square times 2, I already know is 2.205 pi. Okay. And then let's see. 2 times 1.05. And then times with 2.5. Wait, 2 times 1.05 times 2. Okay, my calculator actually gives me 5.25. Yeah, 5.25. Pi. Okay, so it means, what does it mean? It means your total surface area will be 5.25 pi plus with 2.205 pi. I will not press the pi, okay? So I'll just get 7.455 pi. So I just want to do this to prove to you that it's not D lah. Because D, it says the area will decrease by half. It will decrease, but it will not decrease by half because you just compare this. Is this half of this? I don't think so, because when you take 7.455 times 2, you will get 14.91. Okay, when you take this one times 2, you will get 14.99, which is not the same as 12.705. So it's not half. Okay, it's not half, right? So, yep, the answer that makes sense here is B. Okay, all right, I hope you understand. Okay, let's continue with number 19. So we read the question first. I will skip the English I mean, I'll only read the English part. Oops, what happened? Okay, number 19. Let's go. Diagram 8 shows an advertisement for a kindergarten trip. Hanif and Hazrina are kindergarten teachers. So these two person, they are teachers. They brought their pupils to zoo by using two minibus. So there's two bus. Hanif and 12 pupils get into a bus A, while Hazrina with another 16 pupils get into bus B. The total ticket price paid by passenger in bus A and bus B are 29 ringgit and 37 ringgit respectively. I think I know the story already. Got two bus, one bus, two bus. In the first bus, there is Hanif and 12 pupils, right? And in the other bus is Hazrina and 16, right? So it means 17 in this bus, 17 in total because 16 plus Hazrina, and then 12 plus 1 which is 13, right? And then they give you an advertisement here. Let's visit the zoo 30 December. Okay, not important. 12 years old and above are considered adults. And then the adult is RMP, the child is RMQ. Okay, so the fee ataupun the ticket price is different for adult and child. So I have to divide the 13 into adult and child lah. So 13 is the first bus, Hanif and 12 people. So 13 is actually consists of one adult, and how many children? 12 child, 12 children, right? But for the 17 is also one adult, yeah, because Hazrina is the teacher, right? So if it's teacher, then it has to be adult. Okay, so one adult, and then 16 pupils, so 16 children, right? 16 children, and then they got give you the total ticket price. In bus A, the total ticket price is 29 ringgit. It means 1 times P, okay, because adult punya ticket price is P ringgit. So if you have one adult, it means P lah. And then plus with 12 children. Okay, for one children is Q, so it'll be 12Q. And when you plus them, you'll get 29 ringgit. So this is your first equation. The other equation will be one adult. So the ticket price you have to pay is P for adult. And 16 children will be 16Q equals to 17. So you have this equation, you have this equation. Now what they want you to find. Which of the following is the correct form of matrix to calculate price of ticket? So the answer is A. Yeah, answer is A. Because when you convert this to a matrix method, you will end up with the first bracket, you will write the coefficient only. So 1, 12, 1, 16. 1, 12, 1, 16. And then this one is PQ or QP. Okay, remember the one in front have to write atas. So P atas Q bawah. And then 29, 17, right? This one is 17, right? 17 or 37? Okay, 37, sorry. This is 37. So this must be 37. So the answer is A, correct lah. Yeah, the answer is A, right? B cannot because the way they write the number is all messed up. So C also lagi salah, D lagi salah, right? So I think the answer is uh is uh is A. Okay. Okay, let's go continue with number 20. Diagram 9 shows the available stock of milk at Kedai Mini Johan. So this is the table. We have new stock, old stock, chocolate, strawberry represents 200 bottles of milk. So one of these represents 200. And then it says, Musa noticed that 36 bottles of chocolate expired. So 36 expired. And then the number of bottles of strawberry milk that expired is twice the number. So twice the number of bottle of chocolate milk that have expired. Means the strawberry milk expired punya number is 36 times 2, which is 72, right? So now we already know how many chocolate expired and how many strawberry expired. Now this says calculate number of bottle of both flavors that are not expired. So I need to calculate number of bottles that are not expired in the form of row matrix. Row matrix. What is row matrix? Row, 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 row. Row means like that row. Okay. It means okay, matrix we have a lot of type, right? We have square matrix. What is square matrix? Square matrix means like that. It looks like a square and the number of row and number of column is same. Then we call it square matrix. But we also have another type of matrix where we call it like this. Satu sini, satu sini. This one we call it column vector. Okay, column vector ataupun column matrix. And we use this in NMaths. Yeah, in NMaths we use this in the vector chapter, right? So from what they say here, they say row matrix, matrix baris. It means it's not a column matrix, it's like that, right? Satu number sini, satu number sini. So definitely we already know A is out, B is out. So it's either C or D, right? So yeah, we have to calculate it. So don't forget, we are trying to calculate the not expired punya. Not expired, bukan expired. not expired. So macam mana nak tahu not expired? Saya ambil total, tolak dengan yang expired lah. So berapa coklat yang expired? 36. So I have to minus 36. But I have to calculate the total stock first. So the total stock is how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, but since one bottle represents 200, so 11 times 200. And then minus with 36 because 36 is expired. So let's press calculator. I will get 2164. So this 2164 is actually the number of chocolate milk that are not expired. Then what about here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 11 times 200 because one bottle represents 200. But this one is the total strawberry milk. But some expired already. 72 expired, right? Because the strawberry is twice the number. The number of strawberry milk that expired is twice the number of chocolate milk. So I already calculated it. So minus 72. So you tekan this, what you get? Let's press. Okay, my calculator give me 2128, right? 2128. So the answer is very clear to me. Yang not expired is 2164, 2128. So if you look at A, B, C, D, yep, the answer is C. Okay, sudah siap. Okay, let's continue with question number 21. So I think this is income tax. So let's see. Table 3 shows the individual income tax rate for taxable income between 20,000 to 50,000. So we can see this is the table. Okay, so now we read the question. So Encik Adam works in a local company with an annual income of 49,000. So the annual income for 1 year, it means income for 1 year. He has claimed tax relief of 13,700 and donated 350. Okay, whenever you do income tax, they will always mention donation. So you have to know donation is actually a type of tax exemption, right? Tax exemption, right? So this 350 is tax exemption. To an approved welfare center in the year, calculate amount of income tax to be paid by Encik Adam. Okay, hitung cukai yang perlu dibayar. Okay, before I do this question, I want to explain to you how to find income tax first, right? So what is step 1? So step 1 to find income tax. So I'll just write as 1 lah. Okay, so step 1, the income tax, the first step is you take your annual income, your total annual income. Okay, total annual income. Total, okay, I should write, not enough space if I write here. So I will just write here, the step 1 is the total annual income. Okay, I shouldn't write like this. Step 1 is to calculate your chargeable income. Yeah, chargeable income. Okay, so how to calculate chargeable income? Dalam bahasa Melayu, we call it pendapatan bercukai. Okay, so to calculate your pendapatan bercukai, you have to take your total annual income minus with the tax exemption and the tax relief. This is how you calculate chargeable income. This is step 1. What about step 2? Okay, step 2. What is step 2? Step 2 is you will take your chargeable income and you refer the jadual. The jadual means this one lah. The tax rate punya jadual. Okay, the jadual yang dia akan provide. Okay, and after you refer jadual, you will get 2 information from your jadual. First is the base tax. Base tax means the cukai dasar, and then another information you will get is the balance. Okay, balance, we call it cukai baki lah, right? So what you do is you get your cukai dasar and cukai baki, and what you do for the step 3, you will minus the rebate. So I will write here minus rebate, right? Okay, but you have to plus these 2 tau. You have to tambah dua-dua nilai ni. After you get your base tax and cukai baki, you kena tambah. Okay, after you tambah these 2, then only you do step 3, which is tolak dengan rebate. And tolak rebate, ada 2 jenis rebate yang you kena hafal. The first type of rebate is the rebate minus 4,000 ringgit. Okay, the first type of rebate is where you will minus 400 ringgit, but only if your chargeable income ataupun pendapatan bercukai is less than ataupun sama dengan 35,000. Okay, so only when your chargeable income less than or sama dengan 35,000, then only the person is eligible for this rebate minus 400. Okay, and another type of rebate is called zakat. Okay, but this zakat is only for Muslim citizen, and it's on you only do this, you only how to say, if the soalan got mentioned the word zakat then only we have to minus. If the soalan never mentioned, like this question, they never mention anything about zakat, right? So confirm this question tak ada. So yang ni memang soalan akan bagilah, alright? And after you tambah the cukai dasar, cukai baki, and you minus dengan rebate, you will get your cukai perlu dibayar. So these are all the important steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. This you have to hafal this step lah to find income tax. So now that you understand this already, now we can start to find our income tax. So what is the first step? Taking your total annual income, which is 49,000, minus with tax exemption 350, minus with tax relief 13700. The reason I minus all this is because I want to get my chargeable income, right? So let's minus and see what I get. Okay, let me press calculator. Okay, my calculator give me 34950. Obviously, this is not the answer. This is just the chargeable income ataupun dalam bahasa Melayu, pendapatan bercukai. So you have to do step 2 now. Now we already do complete step 1. Now step 2 is to refer jadual, get these two information, cukai dasar and cukai baki. Okay, I will teach you how to baca jadual. 34950 is very obvious, belong to this bracket. 34950, right? It belongs, it's like in between 20,000 and 35,000. So which one is your cukai dasar? Okay, you only focus on these three. You only focus on this, and this. The rest all rubbish. The rest all you don't have to look at it. So I repeat one more time. Only refer yang atas punya RM cukai and the first berapa and this one. The rest all tak payah tengok. Alright, just tengok ini je cukup. Alright. So now you can get your cukai dasar. Cukai dasar is called base tax in English. So what is your base tax? Your base tax will be the one yang you must bayar, which is 150. Alright. Tapi you kena tambah dengan base tax, you kena tambah dengan cukai baki, which is the balance. So what is the balance for the tax? The balance. The balance will be, okay, look carefully. 150 is the amount you must pay for the first 20,000. It means for the first 20,000 ringgit, you will pay 150. Tapi you punya pendapatan bukan 20,000. It's 34950. It means you have to take 34950 minus with 20,000 to get the balance, and then times with the rate, which is 3%, 3 over 100. So I repeat one more time. Nombor atas sini, this is the cukai dasar. But to get the cukai baki, you have to take your chargeable income minus dengan yang ini. Sebab dia ada bagi tahu first berapa kan. So you minus to get the balance and then baru darab dengan peratus, 3%. Okay, the rest tak payah tengok. Okay, so this is how you calculate. So I hope you learn how to read the jadual, or else you can't do it in the exam. So now it's time to press calculator. 34950 minus 20,000. Equal dulu, baru darab dengan 0.03. Kena equal dulu. Okay, my calculator give me 448.5. But this is just the balance. Okay, ataupun cukai baki. You have to plus with the base tax, the cukai dasar. So what happens when you take the base tax plus with balance tax? You will get the when you plus, it means you are taking the cukai dasar tambah cukai baki lah. So it will be 150 plus 448.5. But don't forget, there's one more important step. Step 3 is to check whether this person is eligible for rebate. I already know there's no zakat, because if they got zakat, the question will mention one. So the question never mentioned anything about zakat, so there's no. So the only rebate I have to check is this rebate, minus 400, but you're only eligible if your chargeable income is less than 35,000. So let's check what is the chargeable income for this guy. It's 34950. So very obvious that it's less than 35,000. So it means after I tambah the cukai dasar, cukai baki, I still have to minus with 400 rebate, because this person is eligible. His chargeable income is less than 35,000. And after I tekan this, I will get the answer. So 150 plus 448.5 minus 400. So my calculator give me 198.5. So that is the answer, right? So the answer is D. Okay, so remember the formula, the steps have to hafal. So these are the important steps to calculate chargeable, to calculate income tax yang kena dibayar. So step 1, step 2, step 3. So make sure you memorize this step and hafal it. Okay, so yep. Let's go number 22. Jamie, age 27 years, plans to buy life insurance worth 200,000. This is the face value. All right, face value. We call it face value. In insurance, we call it face value. The premium rate is 12 ringgit 45 cents per 1,000 ringgit face value. It means every 1,000 ringgit, you have to pay 12 ringgit 45 cents. All right. So we can actually calculate our annual premium already. So we can calculate our annual premium for 1 year. It will be 200,000, which is the total face value, divide 1,000, and then times with 12 ringgit 45 cents. Because this 12 ringgit 45, you only pay for per 1,000 ringgit, right? It means that 200,000 you have to divide 1,000 to know that how many 1,000 inside here, and then baru darab dengan 12.45 lah. So potong, 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 potong. So 200 times 12.45. Okay, my annual premium is 2490, right? It means that this is the yearly premium. Annual means tahunan, so 2490 is the premium tahunan. But what they say here, he is going to pay the premium through monthly installment. So dia bayar secara bulanan. For monthly payment, the premium is increased by 2%. Calculate his monthly premium. Okay, this is 1 year. 1 year. So to get the monthly, I will take 2490 divide 12. But not just that. Because they say the premium increased by 2%. So I have to darab dengan 2%, right? Okay, most students will do like that. They will darab dengan 2%, right? Okay, but I want to suggest a faster way. Okay, tak apa, kita tekan 2490 bahagi 12 first. Let's tekan yang ni dulu. Don't do it fast. So we will get 207.5, right? 207.5. But you don't bulat C. You bulat C wrong. No, it's not C. So increase by 2%. It means 207.5. Okay, most students will do it like this. They will darab dengan 2% and then equal to something, and then they will take this value tambah dengan 207.5. Okay, can also. If you do it like this, it's correct. It's correct. But there is a faster way I want to suggest you. If you times dengan 2%, if you increase 2%, it means you darab dengan 102%. Because when you darab dengan 2%, you still have to plus with the original value. So why not you terus find 102%? Because increase 2% means you are taking 2% plus with the original price. It means 2% plus with 100% of the price. So which is 102%. So if you calculate like this, it's faster, right? So times with 102 divided 100. So the answer would be 211.65. So the correct answer here is D. Okay. So if you want to do it slowly, you want to darab dengan 2% baru tambah, boleh juga. You will get the same answer. Okay. All right. Hope you understand. Let's continue with 23. They want me to simplify this whole thing. Okay. How to simplify? First of all, they put bracket power -4. It means everything inside here have to power -4. Okay. Okay lah. Let's not look at this question first. Okay. Let's talk about indices law. So let's talk about indices. So indices, there is a few things that you must know. First thing first, if I give you something power something like this, A power M, this thing we call it the base, this we call it the power, right? And let's say I have A power M times A power N. Can you see two numbers? They are the same base, right? And when you times them together, the power, you have to plus them, all right? But you can only plus when it's same base and it's times. Then only you can do that. The next thing is if I give you A power M divide A power N. So same base, divide, then the power minus. Okay, so this is the first two formula that you need to make sure you must know. And then the third one is if I give you A power M power N, this is the same as A power M times N. It means if I give you example 2 power 3 power 5, it's the same as 2 power 15. Some student will tell me 2 power 8 are wrong. You cannot plus. If the power is side by side like this, you have to times. So 3 times 5 is 15. This is the correct one, right? Okay, you only plus. Okay, if like this plus lah. If like this, 2 power 3 times 2 power 5. Like this is 2 power 8. Macam tu. Okay, okay, let's erase this. Okay, what is the next one? The next one is when power negative. So if I give you A power negative M, you can convert this into 1 over A power M. Right? It means you can bawa this base, the number here, you can bawa atas ke bawah, bawah ke atas. Tapi base dia tetap sama, tapi kuasa tu kena tukar tanda. Alright? So I give you one example. If I give you, for example, 3 power negative 7. So 3 ni dia duduk atas kan. So kita boleh bawa dia jadi ke bawah. Bawa dia bawah. Lepas saya bawa bawah, base dia tetap sama. Tapi kuasa tukar tanda. Negative 7 jadi 7. And atas nothing means 1 lah. Alright. Then what if I say 1 over 3 power negative 2? It means I can bring this up also lah. Alright. I can bring dia ke atas also. Tapi bila you pindah atas, the base tak ada tukar. The base tetap sama. Just the power saja tukar tanda. Alright. So yeah, this is correct. Okay. So yeah, this is my explanation. And then what else? Is there anything else? I think that's all right. Okay, another thing is anything power 0 is 1 lah. A power 0 is 1. Okay. Oh, one more thing is if I say square root A is A power 1 over 2. If I say cube root A is A power 1 over 3. If it's fourth root A, it's A power 1 over 4. Okay. So yeah, I think these are all these 6 things you must know. Okay, if you are, how to say, taking SPM, you must know these 6 things. Okay, now it's time to solve this question. So what does it mean by bracket power 4? Everything inside here have to power 4. So it will be what? It will be 2 power 4 times with p power 4 times with q power 2 power negative 4, which is the same as writing it like this. And you can use this formula because I told you already, if the power side by side, you will times them together, right? So what is 2 times negative 4? Negative 8. So I can straight away write like this. Okay, if I want to do fast. And then this whole thing, but in the middle there's nothing, right? But I want you to know it's actually times. Actually, if there's nothing in between means times, right? And don't forget you have to times lagi dengan yang bracket ni tak payah tulis dah lah, sebab you sudah take everything power negative 4, so the bracket tak payah tulis dah. And then terus darab dengan 5, and then nothing in between is also times p, and then times siapa yang kena power 1/2? Q power 6 kena power 1/2. But we all know if the power like this, you will times them together, right? So what is 6 times 1/2? 6 times 1/2 means 6 divide 2. So 6 divide 2 is 3. So you straight away write 6Q power 3 pun tak ada masalah. Sekarang, number dengan number boleh buat, P dengan P boleh buat, Q dengan Q boleh buat. So number dengan number boleh buat. So 2 power 4 times 5, you will, it's not 2 power 4 lah. It's 2 power negative 4. Right? This one also is p power negative 4, sorry. Because it's everything power negative 4, right? Okay, sorry. So, sekali lagi, number dengan number boleh buat sekali. And then P hanya boleh buat dengan P, Q hanya boleh buat dengan Q. So, 2 power negative 4 times 5, it will be 5/16. You can use your calculator to help you, by the way. Okay, let me explain using another way. 2 power negative 4 is the same as 1/2 power 4. You remember I told you just now, if anything power negative, you can bring it down and then the power become positive. That is why it's 1/2 power 4. And this one is 1/16. That is why 1/16 times 5 gives you 5/16. Alright? I hope you understand. Now, P hanya boleh buat dengan P. So P hanya boleh buat dengan P. So what is P power negative 4 times P? It will be P power negative 4 times P, and we can use this formula. When we have two numbers with same base and we times them together, the power must plus. So it will be negative 4 plus, okay, there's no power here means power 1, right? Not 0. If there's no power means power 1. So negative 4 plus 1. So it will be P power negative 3. So this will be P power negative 3. And finally, is Q hanya boleh buat dengan Q. Because only same base punya saja boleh buat sekali. So Q power negative 8 times Q power negative 3. So can you tell me what happens? It will be Q power negative 8 plus 3. Why plus? Because base sama darab. Kalau base sama darab, power kena plus. So it will be Q power negative 5. So this will be Q power negative 5. And don't forget, in the middle is still times, right? But if you look at A, B, C, D, tak ada jawapan. But actually, you know already it's A lah. Because if you look at B also, you know wrong already. 5/2, 10, 10, you know it's A already. But I want to show you, why is it A? It's because this one power negative. Do you remember I told you in the fourth, in this here, I told you what? Kalau power negative, boleh tukar jadi positif. Tapi you kena make sure, bila you pindah atas ke bawah ataupun bawah ke atas, base dia tak sama. Base dia tetap sama, tapi kuasa kena tukar tanda. So for example 5/16. 5/16, ini P power negative 3. Dia sekarang duduk dekat mana? Dia sekarang duduk dekat atas sebenarnya. Right? When you write in the middle means dia duduk dekat atas. So if you want to change the power positive, boleh, you will letak bawah lah. And letak bawah, the negative 3 become 3. Same with the Q power negative 5, you letak bawah jadi Q power 5. This is the answer. So A. Alright? So hopefully you understand, and make sure you hafal all these 6 things you kena tahu semua. Okay? Okay, keep going with 24. In diagram 10, VWXSU is the image of PQRST. So this one is the image. So it's very important for me to label actually. So now I know this is the image, and then PQRST is the object lah. This must be the object because they already said this is the image. So now we know that your image is getting smaller. All right, your image is getting smaller, and then it says PQRST under an enlargement. So let's try to describe. Tak apalah, tak payahlah. Kita baca dulu, tengok apa dia mau. Given SR equals to 3SX. So SR equals to 3 darab dengan SX. But look at here, you have the SR panjang 18. So 18 equals to 3 darab dengan SX panjang. So SX punya panjang is 18 divide 3, which gives you 6. It means SX is 6 lah. Is 6, right? And the SX and the SR, they are actually a corresponding sides, right? It means this one, after you enlarge, is this one, they are corresponding. Okay. Okay, now dia kata apa? The area of SUVWX is 24. So which one? This one. So the area of image lah. You can say the area of image is 24. And then it says calculate area of whole diagram. It means I have to calculate area of object and then tambah 24. Because this one I already know is 24. But how to calculate area of object? Well, there is a formula you can use here. Area of image equals to k square times area of object. Where did you learn this formula? In Form 5, the transformation chapter. Okay, this formula we learn it, right? Okay, how to find area of object? We already know image is 24, but we have to ganti k here, right? K represents what? K represents scale factor. And what is the scale factor formula? Length of image bagi length of object. Length, not area, length. To calculate scale factor, you need to take length of image bagi length of object. So what is the length of image? A lot of you will go and put 18/6. Wrong. Wrong. It's not 18/6. It's 6/18 because the image is 6, the object is 18. Sometimes student, they will, how to say? They will just ambil besar bahagi kecil. No, no, no. You have to tengok siapa image, siapa object. So image is 6 and the corresponding side for this is the SR panjang. So 6/18 cut is 1/3. So the area is 1/3. And 1/3 square will give you 1/9. All right, times with the area of object. So you can calculate area of object. You just pindah the 1/9 to the other side. Okay, 9 ni duduk bawah. So bila dia duduk bawah means dia bahagi. So bahagi 9 jadi darab 9. So you tekan 24 times 9. Alright, so press this, see what you get. 216. Alright, but you still have to take 216, which is the area of object, tambah dengan 24. Alright, so you get 240. Right, so the answer is D. Okay, so you understand lah. Okay, 25, I think this question no answer. Yeah, seriously, honestly, I think there's no answer. Okay, I'll explain to you why I cakap macam tu. Diagram 11 shows 5 polylateral, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. And then it says K, A, B, C, D drawn on a square grids. Which of the coordinate A, B, C, D is the image of polylateral K under combined transformation, rotation, and enlargement? Okay, first thing first, the K is the object, right? Because they say which one A, B, C, D is the image of K. So K must be the object already, right? So they're asking A, B, C, D, which one is the image under transformation, rotation, and enlargement. Okay, kalau you nak, kalau dia rotate, dia punya panjang takkan tukar, right? What does it mean by that? It means when you rotate, the size of this shape will not change. It will stay exactly the same. It means 1 unit, 1 unit, 2 unit, like that. And then this one is sangat 1 unit. So when you rotate, the length ataupun the size of the shape will not change. But when you enlarge, the shape will change. But you need to know something. When you enlarge, even though your panjang will change, but the ratio of corresponding side, have to be equal. Have to be equal for enlargement. All right. What do I mean by ratio of corresponding side have to be equal? For example, if I take this one, the corresponding side in A will be here, right? So what will be the ratio? It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divide 1. So 5 divide 1, the ratio for these two will be 5, 5, right? But if you look at here, this is 2 unit, this is 1 unit, right? But if you take 2 divide 1, you will get 2. So can you see the ratio is not equal? Because if it's enlargement, dia punya ratio kena sama. When you calculate scale factor, image bahagi object kena sama dengan image bahagi object, dia kena sama. So we all know A is wrong already, right? A is wrong already because the ratio of corresponding side, they are not equal. What about B? B also wrong because this is 1 unit and this is the corresponding side. So 1:1 is same. This one is also 1:1, but look at this. This is 4, but this is 2. So this is like 4:2. So the ratio is actually not 1:1 already. It's 2:1 already because 4:2 when you simplify is actually 2:1. So if the ratio is 2:1, it's not same with the ratio of corresponding sides for all corresponding sides is not equal. Okay, because this one is 1:1, 1:1, but this one is 2:1. Okay, 2:1. That's why it's not same. So B is also wrong. Now what about C? Okay, C lagi salah because C the shape is not even the same. When you rotate and rotate, the shape will not change. The size also will not change. Just the orientation change only. Enlargement, the size will change, but the shape will not tukar. So C confirm wrong because this one got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, but it's not original. It's not the shape sudah tukar already because this line should be straight. Okay. Because if you look here, straight, satu saja yang sangat. So straight, dia dua saja straight. So C is wrong. It means D is the answer, right? But let's check whether the ratio of all corresponding side equal or not. So what is the ratio of what is the corresponding side of this side? This will be 2 unit, right? So the corresponding side, it will be this one, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the ratio here is 8 divide 2, which is 4. You can take 2 divide 8 also, it's up to you, right? Because you don't know. Okay, actually you have to take image divide object lah. It means which one is object, this one, right? So actually you must take 8 divide 2, yeah. So the ratio for this pair of corresponding side is 4, but we have to check for other sides. What about this side? This side is 1 unit, but the corresponding side for this is 4 here. And you will take 4 divide 1, image bahagi object. So you see the ratio is also 4. What about here? What about this? This is 1, right? The corresponding side for this is this one, which is 4 divide 1 also, which is 4. And then this one also sengit satu kotak. Yang ini sengit 1, 2, 3, 4. So you also 4 divide 1, you will get 4 also. Oh, by the way, in order to calculate the panjang here, you cannot count this as 1 unit. This is not 1 unit. This is actually 1 square plus 1 square square root. Because this you must use Pythagoras theorem to calculate it, right? But actually you don't have you don't have to do that actually, because you can just compare the panjang here and the panjang here, right? Because even if you do that and you take the ratio, you will get 4 also, right? So yang ni sengit satu kotak, yang ni sengit 4 kotak. It means this is exactly 4 times longer than this, right? So you can see all the ratio of all corresponding sides are equal, right? So this one I should write all. So the answer is D, right? But guess what? There's a problem, because they ask you transformation enlargement, right? So I'm checking for enlargement just now. Enlargement means ratio of all corresponding sides have to be equal, and only D will give you same ratio for all corresponding sides, but it cannot be rotation, because if you look carefully here, K it doesn't matter how you pusing your kertas, or you pusing your laptop screen or your phone screen, you will not end up this shape down, because when you pushing this one, when you pushing this, it will end up like this, right? When you're pushing 90 degree, and then when you're pushing again, it will be like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, right? And then when you're pushing lagi, dia akan jadi macam ni. And then when you're pushing lagi, it will jadi balik macam ni, right? But you will not get the shape like that now, right? Because it's not the same, you see. Okay, the only way for this to become like this is to reflect first. Is to reflect, then only rotate, then only the orientation can look like this. That is why I said this question has no answer, because yeah, I think there's no answer lah, but I'm not sure. And I don't have the schema for this paper. Okay, I'm just doing this paper based on my, how to say, I just do it myself lah. I never check the schema. I don't have the schema. I don't know why this state paper I never get the schema copy. So to be honest, I think there's no answer lah for this question. Okay, because when I first do it, I think it's B, because the ratio all equal, right? But if I think carefully, it's not possible for this to rotate to get this shape actually. Doesn't matter you rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise, you will not get the orientation like that. Okay. But you cannot bulat A also, because even though when you rotate this one, memang bila you rotate yang ni, dia punya orientation boleh jadi macam ni. But A cannot be the answer, because the ratio of all corresponding sides is not equal. I already tell you why. It's because this one, the ratio is 3 divide 1, which is 3, but this one is 2 divide 1, which is not equal. And then this one is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divide with 2. Lagi lah tak sama. So yeah, if you enlarge, the ratio of all corresponding sides have to be equal, right? So yeah, to be honest, I think there's no answer lah. Okay, I know some teacher will tell you A, some teacher will tell you D, right? But to be honest, I'll just tell you there's no answer. Okay, that's my view lah. My view on this is like something wrong with the question. Yeah. Okay, but anyways, I'll just leave it here. I'll just leave it at that and continue. Okay, so but yang penting is you faham saya punya explanation lah. Alright, that's the most important thing. Okay, I want to continue with 26. Let's read the question. Diagram 12 shows an arrangement of numbers according to sequence. From the sequence number above, determine the 17th term. So what is the first term? Negative 11. The second term, negative 6, followed by negative 1, 4, 9. So we can see a pattern here. Negative 11, how to become negative 6? Plus 5. How I know it's plus 5? I just press negative 6. I just use my calculator and tekan negative 6, tolak negative 11. Then I get 5. Here to here also plus 5. Here to here also plus 5. Here to here also plus 5. So to get term number 1 is negative 11. The term number 2 is negative 6. This one term number 3, term number 4, term number 5. And I want to find term 17 until term number 17. So how to do that? It means I have to take negative 11 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Wow, many times I have to plus 5. So can you tell me exactly I have to plus 5 how many times? 16 times. Okay, because if you look at T2, to get the second term, you plus 5 one time. If to get term number 3, you plus 5 2 times. And then to get T4, you plus 5 3 times. To get T5, you plus 5 4 times. It means You plus 5 how many times depending on which term you want, right? If you want the fifth term, you will plus n berapa kali? One, the fifth term, since you are one fifth term, it will be 5 minus 1. So you plus 5 4 times. So to get the team 17, you have to plus 5 16 times. So I hope you understand my explanation. Now press calculator. So we will press 5 times 16 first, and then only I take negative 11 plus answer. Okay, my calculator give me 69, right? So yeah, that's the answer, right? So hope you understand my explanation. Now we can continue with 27. Okay, let's read the question. Diagram 13 shows a regular octagon. What does it mean by regular? It means all same sides. Okay, all same sides. And not just same sides. The interior angle also, they will have the same interior angle, right? And we can actually find the angle by using the n minus 2 darab 180 formula. Okay, but we have to divide n lah. Okay, but let's not do that first. Let's see what the question wants. Drawn in the unit circle. This is very important. This keyword unit circle. O is the origin and L is a point on the octagon. Okay, L is a point, O is center. Okay, so I want to explain what is unit circle. So make sure you know what is unit circle. Unit circle means the circle radius is 1. And if the circle center is O, means here will be 1, here would be 1. Okay, because the radius is 1, here is also 1, here is also 1, right? And if I tarik satu garis ke L, it will be 1 also, because this is radius also. If I tarik to here, 1 also, here also 1, here also 1, because these are all radius, right? Okay, now they say find the coordinates of point L. Okay, there is two method. I will explain two method. Okay, first method is by using logic, like you just use your mata tengok guna logic. And then the second method, I will use the Trigo concept to explain to you. So let's explain using the logic. Just use logic to determine the answer. So if you use logic, you know the x coordinate is negative for sure. So you know, oh, okay, so more x coordinate negative, all right. But you know it cannot be 1, because if you look at this, can this be 1? I mean, can this be negative 1? No, right? Because negative 1 is here. So this must be less than negative 1. So you know C and B is out already. So it's either A or D. You understand, right? So this is by using the logic. You just use logic. And then what about the Y coordinate? The Y coordinate is here now. So what do you think the Y coordinate of point L? Can it be 1? No, right? Because 1 is like higher here. So you know cannot be D already. So the answer is A, right? So you don't, this is how you do it if you just use logic. Okay, you just use logic and then just guna mata tengok, and then guna otak, and then tengok yang mana make sense, right? But I want to explain to you using the Trigo concept. Okay, if you want to use Trigo concept, you can do that also. What I will do here is I will take out this right angle triangle, right? I'll take out this right angle triangle, so it will look like this, right? And after I take out the right angle triangle, I will tell you that this is actually 45 degree. You know why is it 45 degree? It's because one circle is 360, right? And since this is a regular octagon, if I tarik satu line macam ni, if I tarik satu line, do you agree that this angle, 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 these are all the same angle? Kenapa? Why the same? It's because the regular octagon looks like, because it's a regular octagon, right? So if it's a regular octagon and I tarik satu line macam ni, macam ni, macam ni, I will cut the into equal, how to say? These are all equal size lah, right? So to get satu angle punya, I just take 360 degree, which is one circle, divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And I will get, so yeah, you really get 45. You really get 45. It means all this angle is 45, 45, some more 45, right? So if this is 45, how to get point L? Well, if you want to find point L, you need this panjang and this panjang, all right? Because if you have these two panjang, this panjang and this panjang, baru you akan tahu dia punya x coordinate and y coordinate. So macam mana nak tahu panjang sini? Kita sudah tahu hypotenuse dia 1. So macam mana nak tahu panjang sini dengan panjang sini? We can apply the Trigo, right? So what we do now is we can use sine, right? It means I want to find opposite, but I have the hypotenuse. So I use sine, because so, right? So sine 45 equals to opposite, okay, over hypotenuse, which is 1. So to get the opposite, I just tekan sine 45 times 1, right? So let's press sine 45 times 1 in the calculator. Okay, my calculator give me in decimal 0.707. Okay, so 0.7071. It means this is the opposite punya panjang. So the panjang here is 0.70771, right? The height here, right? Then what about the base of the rectangle? Well, you can either use Pythagoras theorem ataupun nak guna cos pun boleh. Kalau guna cos, dia akan jadi cos 45 equals to adjacent, because this is the adjacent over hypotenuse 1. And you can find the adjacent, just take cos 45 times 1. And trust me, you will get 0.7071 also. Okay? But if you want to use Pythagoras theorem, can also. Pythagoras theorem, you take square root 1 square minus, because you know the panjang here already, right? 0.707 square. You do like that also can. You will get the same answer. Alright? Okay, but it's the same answer lah, so it doesn't matter. Okay, after you know this panjang is also 0.7071, now you can form your coordinates. So what is your x coordinate? Your x coordinate will be here, right? But since it's on the left, you have to put negative, right? So I know the panjang is positive, but when you're writing coordinates, you have to consider the direction, right? So if it's on the left side of the 0, it has to be negative. But then the y coordinate will be positive because it's like high up here, right? It's like atas kosong. So that's why this is the answer, right? So this is by using the Trigo concept, and you can see you get the same answer, right? But for this question, if you can, because during objective, you can do it fast, just do it fast. Okay, no need to waste time. Okay. All right. Let's continue with number 28. Let's read the question. Class Lima Mawar obtained a very low result in mathematics in mid-year exam 2023. The head of mathematics panels came out with the following statement. And then it says here, yes, it's true. The distribution shape of data clearly showed the drastic decline in achievement. So decline means menurun. Okay, merosot. It means the how to say? The achievement jatuh lah. So which of the following distribution shape data showed the validity of above statement? So if your distribution shape decline, it means your histogram will look like this. It will menurun lah. Okay. So if you look at ABCD, it says bell shape uniform. Okay, let me tell you what is bell shape. Bell shape histogram look like this, right? So bell shape is like start from sangat macam ni and then start to become more and then jadi macam ni. So if you join the midpoint of all the class here, you end up with a bell shape like that. So this is what we call a bell shape histogram. The next part is a uniform. What is it by uniform? Uniform means all the histogram, they are like serata ataupun seragam. Okay, uniform. So this is uniform. It means when you join the line, it's like serata lah. Okay, like serata. Okay. What is reverse J shape? Okay, reverse J shape means it's like a J, but it's reverse. So you will start very high, but you will start to slowly decline, right? So I think you know the answer already lah, right? So which one is the answer? Drastic decline. So C is the answer. Okay. Then what is bimodal? Okay, bimodal is like this, like this, like this, like this, and then you go back up, go back up. This one is bimodal shape, right? Okay, actually this thing actually got in your textbook. All right, so I will show you the textbook page now. Okay, and I remember teaching my own student in class about this, right? So I remember telling them all the types of distribution shape in this chapter. Okay, so let me just open up the file. Okay, where is it? Okay, not this one. This one I already explained. This one. So let's see which page. Okay, this one is taken directly from textbook. It's a page 204. So don't focus on this one. Just focus up here. So you can see there is a symmetric type of histogram and skewed histogram. So for symmetric, there's two types. It's either bell shape. You see, it looks like a bell, right? And then uniform is just like that, like seragam, serata, right? Then what about skewed histogram? It can be right skewed, it can be left skewed. If it's right skewed, it will look exactly like the reverse J shape. Okay, but it's a little bit different with the reverse J shape because reverse J shape dia start paling tinggi tau, and then baru dia decline, right? This one is like dia ada satu rendah dulu baru paling tinggi and then baru turun, right? And then left skewed is the same thing, it's just the opposite direction, right? And there's other distribution shape. We have U shape, okay, U shape, which is like this, right? And then the J shape is, yeah, it's like a J lah. You see, it's like a J, right? Okay, it's like a J shape. Okay, but the reverse J shape is like this, right? See, it's go down, right? And then the bimodal shape is like this, right? Okay, I think I made a mistake. I draw salah, right? So this one is not a bimodal. I how to say? I What salah? I go and draw the U shape. So my border is actually like this. Okay, so this is not correct. Let me betulkan myself. So this is tak betul lah, right? So if you want to know the bimodal shape, it's not like that. You can just refer your book text, or you can just look at the screen now. I will let you tengok sekali lagi. So this is the bimodal shape, right? So it's like naik, turun, naik, turun. So it's very clear lah. What's the answer? C is the answer lah, because they say the distribution shape of data show a decline, right? So decline means C lah. Okay, decline. So drastic decline. Just keep declining, declining, declining. Okay. B cannot, because this is like the other decline, the other means dia decline sikit, naik sikit, decline sikit, naik sikit. So B cannot. A also cannot, because this one is like dia naik and then slowly decline balik, right? And it's symmetrical, by the way, right? This one is drastic decline, so it has to be C. Okay. Alright, I think I explained enough already lah. So you sendiri tengok buku teks lah kalau you mau. Okay, 29, let's go. Diagram 14 shows an empty cuboid. Okay, it's empty. Tank with a length 800 cm, width 500, height 300. So length, width, height. A worker fills 80% of the tank with water. Calculate volume of water tank. This is quite easy actually. So to calculate volume, you just take 800 times 500 times 300. But they only fill 80% with water. And I'm finding volume of water. I'm not finding volume of tank. I'm finding volume of water. So I have to multiply with 80%, which is 80 over 100. And the unit will be cm cube if I press this, because everything is in cm, right? And the answer also one in cm cube. So yeah, let's press calculator. 800 times 500 times 300 times 80 divide 100. Okay, my calculator give me 96. Oh, yo, very big. So let's write down 96. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 zeros. So you can say it's 96 million. Right, 96 million. So which one is the answer? A and B is out already. So it's either C or D, right? So which one? Okay, very easy. If I say 9.6 times 10 power 7 means I have to move the decimal point 7 times. But move to the right or move to the left? Okay, if the power positive, then move to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this will give you 9, 6, and then 6 zeros, which is C lah, right? But D is wrong, because if you move, this one is move to decimal point 9 times. But move to the left or to the right? To the right, because it's power positive 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It means you end up with 9, 6, and then 8 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is wrong lah. This is the correct one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So that's the answer. Okay, this is very easy. Yeah. Okay, let's continue with question number 30. Diagram 15 shows the graph of function y equals sine 2x, y equals cos 2x, where 0 until pi. So which one is sine 2x? Is very clear, this one lah, the wave shape. So this is how the sine graph looks like a wave. And then the cos 2x is the underwear shape, right? So you look at this underwear, that is the cos 2x graph. And what does it mean by 2x, by the way? Cos 2x means the number of cycle in 360 degrees is 2. It means there is 2 cos graph within 360. Okay, that's why they call it cos 2x. But why you only nampak satu cos graph is because they draw until 180. If you draw until 360, there should be another cos graph and another sine graph, right? Okay, they want a state value of m. Okay, there's actually a few methods you can use to find m. All right, I'm going to explain using I'm going to explain both methods. So the first method is, you can see that you can see that this is 180. So 180 is satu wave. 180, right? So what do you think, where do you think is the 90? It must be here, right? This is where the half wave jumpa, half wave habis half the wave finish here. So this must be 90. So half a wave, right? Or you can refer the underwear also. So this is satu underwear. So setengah underwear is 90 lah. Because satu underwear habis dekat 180. So setengah is 90, right? And if you know this is 90, you know A and B wrong automatic out already, because the value of m is the x coordinate of this point, right? So the x coordinate must be more than 90. That's why A and B wrong. It's either C or D, right? But is it C or D? Well, you can do it like this. Since you know the x coordinate is m, but the y coordinate, okay. Oh, by the way, this one you can label is 1, -1. Okay, the reason why I know is 1, -1 is because the amplitude for this graph is 1. Because if there's no number in front here, it means the amplitude is 1. So I just realized that they never write the amplitude for me, so we can actually write ourselves. So let's imagine we are finding this point. I'm finding this point coordinate. What will be the x coordinate? It will be m, right? But I don't know m lah. It's either C or D. So if it's C, what do you think will happen to the 112.5? It means I can substitute the 112.5 inside this x ataupun this x. You can substitute inside whichever you want. Then this will become cos 2 times 112.5. And then this will become sine 2 times 112.5. And then you will, after you press this, you will get the y coordinate, which is the point here, right? And let's tekan and see which one makes sense. So let's tekan 2 times 112.5 and then cos answer. you will get negative 0.7071. But if you press this, you will get 2 times 112.5 and then sign answer, which is negative. Wait. 2 times 112.5, which is negative 0.7071, right? Wait. 2 times 112.5 and then sign answer. Yeah, you get negative. Yeah, you can do either one. You give you the same answer, right? It means if the answer is C, then the y coordinate for this point will be negative 0.7071. So what do you think? Make sense or don't make sense? Is it possible for this point to be negative 0.7071? Yeah, makes sense, right? Makes sense. So the answer is actually C, actually. All right. Why not D? Okay, let's try with D. If you try with D, you will know the answer come out doesn't make sense one, right? So let's try with D. D is 135. So 2 times 135. And then this one is sine 2 times 135. But I will tell you, these two will give you the same answer. You don't have to tekan both actually. Just ganti salah satu saja. Right? Because they got passes through both. This point got passes through two graph. That's why you ganti either one also can already. But I will do both just to prove to you they will give you same answer. 2 times 135 equal cos answer. Okay, they give you zero. Do you get 0? Yes, right. And then what about 2 times 135? And then sine answer. Why they give you different answer? Cos 2 times 135. Wait, what's 2 times 135? 270. So cos 270 is 0. Is 0. Yeah, and then sine, what about sine? 2 times 135, sine 270. Okay, why they give you different answer? It shouldn't be like that. Y coordinate 135. Okay, cos 2x. I'm finding this point, right? So let's say m is 135. It means the x coordinate is 135. So cos 2 times 135. I think I know already. Because when you ganti 135, it means the x coordinate is 135, right? But if you look at x 135 is here, right? So actually there should be 270. Cos 270 is 0. Sine 270 is 0 also, right? Sine 270. Okay, it's -1. Okay, but anyways, I just want to say it doesn't make sense for this to be the answer, because you know already why it doesn't make sense. Because the y coordinate cannot be 0 or -1. How can it be? It's here, right? So the answer is C lah. Okay, but anyways, I just want to show you another method. Okay, but you all understand, right? This method, why is C, is because if you ganti the 112.5 inside the x coordinate here, you will get a y coordinate that makes sense, which is in between 0 and 1. But if you ganti is 135, you see what you get, 0 or -1, which is not even, it doesn't make sense, right? So this is how I will do it lah. Okay, I want to explain using another method. Okay, let me erase all this. There's another method to solve this question, which is by using simultaneous. Okay, why I say simultaneous? Because if you look carefully, this point is actually the intersection point of the cos graph and the sine 2x graph, right? So what you can do is, in order to find intersection point, you will do simultaneous, right? But I want you to know that the full diagram, it looks like this. 1 sine graph, 2 sine graph, 2 cos graph, 2 cos graph. Okay, wait. Let me draw nicely. Like this. This should be where? Yeah, it should be like this. Okay. Yeah. So this is the full version. Okay, I draw it very ugly, but it's fine. Okay, the drawing is not important. So what I will do is, since I'm finding the intersection point, okay, there's actually 4 intersection point, by the way. Okay, 4 intersection point. But I want this one, right? So how to find intersection point? We have the 2 equations, so we do simultaneous. So what we do is we do substitution method. Y equals to cos 2x, y equals sin 2x, so y equals y. Therefore, sin 2x equals to cos 2x. You can do it like this. And what you do is you can pindah the sin 2x, jadi bahagi cos 2x, right? And when you pindah like that, you're left with 1 here. Not 0, left with 1. And maybe you ask me, hey sir, why you pindah the cos become here? Because I know sine over cos will give you tangent. Do you remember this formula you learned in Trigo? Sine over cos is actually tangent. That's why I pindah jadi sine 2x or cos 2x, so that I can jadikan dia tangent 2x equals 1. And now I can solve for x. But first I have to tekan, I have to pindah tangent jadi tangent shift tangent 1 dulu, right? So when you tekan shift tangent 1, the calculator will give you 45, right? 45. But this is not the answer. You cannot write 2x here. You have to write reference angle. Okay, I always say this in class. This is not the answer. This is what we call a reference angle. What is reference angle? Reference angle means angle towards X ataupun angle in first quadrant. So to get the real 2X answer, you have to consider quadrant. So add sugar to coffee, tangent bernilai +1. So first quadrant and third quadrant. So you have to consider quadrant, one quadrant first. So we want the first quadrant and the third quadrant answer, right? So 2X equals to what? First quadrant answer is 45. You know that already. How to find the third quadrant? So since this 45 is only angle towards X, it means here and here towards X axis. So to get the third quadrant answer, I have to take 180 plus with 45, which is 225. Okay. But this is 2X. So if it's 2X, it means dua pusingan. Kalau 1X, satu pusingan. Kalau 2X, dua pusingan. Means there's two more answers for the second circle. But how to get the another answer is you take 45 plus 360. Okay, so 45 plus 360, which is 405, and then another one is 225 plus 360, which is 585. And if you don't understand why I kena plus 360, is because 2x. 2x means dua pusingan. It means you have to take all your answers tambah 360 to get the second, what do I say? Pusingan kedua punya jawapan. That's why I got 4 answers here, right? So now you can find your x. Just take everything divide 2. 45 divide 2, 22.5. 225 divide 2, press calculator, 112.5, right? And then 405 divide 2, 202.5. And the last one is 585 divide 2, 292.5, right? So these are the 4 answers. So now, why you get 4 answers? Because there's 4 intersection point. Do you remember why I take this equation and this equation, do substitution, do how to say, why we do simultaneous? Is because we want to know the intersection point, right? But why we get 4 answer? It means there's 4 intersection point. So this 4 value is the x coordinate of the 4 intersection point. So the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one. But which one is the one I want? Okay, you can see from the diagram they draw, this is the first one, right? This is the second one, and there is also the third one and the fourth one, but they never draw it, right? But actually there should be a third, fourth one if the full diagram, okay, if you draw until 360, right? So what we want is this one. It means the one I want is in between 90 and 180. So it's very clear to me that this is the answer. This one is not between 90 and 180. This one no, this one no. So the answer is C, right? So I explained to you using 2 methods. I hope you understand both methods lah. So this is by using the calculation. So we actually calculate. Another method is we just try to assume the answer and substitute and see which one makes sense, right? But both methods also, I hope you understand lah. Okay. All right. I'm done explaining. Okay. This one is question 30. The next one should be 31, right? But I don't know why this paper, the question 31, 32 is missing. So actually, I will do 31, 32 in another file. This one I take picture lah. So this is the question 31. Right. Okay, actually, I forgot already lah. What's the ABCD? I think it's like that. 8, 9, 10, 11. If I'm not mistaken, it's like that, the answer. Okay. Okay, let's try to do it together. Diagram 14 shows a regular pentagon. Regular means what? Sama panjang. And if it's sama panjang, apa kena sama? The interior angle of each here will be same. Okay, the interior angle will be same. Okay, all the way. So, and then it says isosceles triangle PTU. It means this one is 34, and I can find this angle easily. We just take 180 minus 34 minus 34. So the answer is 146. Okay, 146, right? Okay, and then it says WSTUV is a part of regular pentagon. So WSTUV, this is a part of a regular polygon, right? So this is also another polygon, and it's also regular, means sama panjang, right? And then it says cari bilangan CC bagi polygon sekata yang tidak lengkap. So I need to find how many number of sides here. Okay, there's 2 ways to find number of sides. Okay, first formula I want you to know is the sum of interior angle. Sum of interior angle formula. It will be n minus 2 times 180. Okay, so but there's another formula, is called the sum of exterior angle. Okay, sum of exterior angle will always be 360. Okay, but what is interior, what is exterior? Interior means the angle inside. Exterior means you have to panjangkan this line, panjangkan this line, panjangkan this line, panjangkan this line, panjangkan this line. This one, the one I label now, this is the exterior. So this one is the exterior, 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 exterior. And you can see when you take the interior angle plus exterior angle, you should get 180. Okay, but you need to know that the sum of all exterior angle, it means all this angle add together will be 360. Okay, the exterior add together is 360. Okay, now I'll erase all this. Okay, Okay, now you understand this already. Now we can try to find the bilangan CC. Okay, how to do it? Let's see. Okay, first you need to know the interior angle for this polygon first. For this outside punya polygon, you need to know interior angle. But a lot of students will do it like this. They will say 180 minus 34 to get here, right? Okay, it's wrong. It's wrong. You cannot do it like this because they use dotted line. If they use dotted line means this is not the actual side. So you cannot assume this is the interior angle. Let me tell you where is the interior angle. This one. This is the only interior angle that you can find. This one cannot actually because they use dotted line. Dotted line means it's not actual side. This one also cannot. Okay. It looks like the interior angle, but no, it's not because they use dotted line, right? So this is the interior angle. So if I know the interior angle for one, I know each interior because it's regular also. This is also another regular. So if I know satu interior angle punya, then I will know semua punya interior angle. Then I can know how many sides. Okay, I can use this formula later. Okay, so how to find this angle? Okay, well, we can find this. This is 108. Okay, how come I can know this is 108? Because I use this formula. This is a regular pentagon. So the n is 5 sides. 5 minus 2 times 180, right? But when you calculate this, you will get the sum of all angles, sum of all interior angle inside the pentagon. And then you can divide 5 because it's regular, right? And when you tekan this, trust me, you'll get 108. Okay, that's why I know this one all 108, 108, 108, right? That's why I can find this angle now. 360 minus 108 minus 46, minus 146. Okay, my calculator give me 106. Okay, 106. It means in this polygon, although I don't know how many sides, but I do know that the each interior angle is 106, right? Wait, did I press correctly? Let me just check quickly. 360 minus, I think I did it correctly, right? 180. Okay, wait, not sure. 34 minus 34. Okay, 180 minus 34 is not 146 lah. I pressed wrong already. Okay, this one is not 146. 180 minus 34 is 112 actually, right? So it means this angle salah already. So I have to press one more time. 360 minus 108 minus 112. Okay, it's 140. 140. It means that this polygon, walaupun saya tak tahu berapa side, tapi saya tahu all the interior angle is 140. So now what we can do is use this formula, right? So I don't know the n. Okay, minus 2 times 180. I don't know the n. I'm trying to find the n, but I do know that the sum of all interior angle divided by the number of side is equals to 140. Do you understand what I write? Before I continue, do you understand what I write first? This is the formula for sum of all interior angle. I don't know the sum of all interior angle, but I know the each interior angle is 140. That's why when you take the sum of all interior angle, divide by the number of sides, and okay, equals to 140 lah, right? Because like for example, 108 times 5 will be equal to the sum will be equal to this formula, which is 108, right? That's why when you find each interior angle, you have to divide, right? So this is the first method to do it, right? Is by using this formula. But if you use this formula, you buat macam ni, you can find your n and you will get 9, okay? Which is correct. Which is correct. If you do it like this, betul. Tapi saya nak buat satu cara lain. You can actually use this formula also, sum of exterior angle. Because, okay, let's calculate the exterior angle first of all. What is the interior angle? For 140, right? So what will be the exterior angle? It will be 40. Do you know why? Because I explained to you the interior angle and exterior angle, when you add them together, it will be 180. Because it's like interior is inside, exterior is outside. And since it's a straight line, when you tambah the interior, exterior, it will always be 180. So if the interior is 140, the exterior will be 40, right? But you already know this polygon punya sum of exterior angle is 360. So you'll get 360 divide 40 to get number of sides 9. So you can also do it like this. You will get the same answer as this, right? Let me explain a bit. If a shape is a pentagon, got 5 sides, it means how many interior angle, how many exterior angle? 5 interior angle, 5 exterior angle. Do you agree? Because if it's a 5 sides, it means it will have 5 interior angle and how many exterior angle? 5 also, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are all exterior angle, right? So if the shape have 9 sides, then how many interior angle? There will be 9 interior angle and 9 exterior angle. That is why I can take advantage of this. Since I know the sum of exterior angle is 360 and I know each is 40, so I take 360 divide 40, then I will know there is 9 exterior angle. Okay, because 40 have to times 9. It means there is 9 exterior angle in this shape. It means this shape has 9 sides lah. Because if it has 9 sides, then only it's possible to have 9 exterior angles. That's why I can do it like this. Okay. Okay. Of course, another method is do it like this, right? I already explained you can do it like this also. Okay. I want to prove to you also you get 9. So I'll just do it fast. N minus 2 multiply with 180. So the multiply part, I will just write like this, okay? And then 140 times n, I'll just do like that, right? And this 180 you can expand inside, means 180 times n, 180 n, 180 times negative 2, negative 360 equals to 140 n. And since I'm finding n, I will pindah yang ada n sekali. So 180 n plus 140 jadi minus 140 n, minus 360 pindah sana jadi 360, 180 minus 40, 40 n equals 360, n equals to 9, right? Can also you get the same answer, right? It's just that if you do it like this, it's a bit slow lah, huh? But yeah, you can buat macam ni pun boleh, buat macam ni pun boleh. You dapat jawapan sama. Alright. Okay, question 32. Okay, let's besarkan. Okay, question 32 is right. Okay, 32. Let's read the question. In a treasure hunt competition, city moved from station A to the north. Okay, let's talk about the direction. So this is north, this is south, this is east, this is west. Dalam bahasa Melayu, utara, selatan, timur, barat. Okay. Okay. Now it says what? Move from A to the north towards B for distance of 93 meters. So this is moving towards north. So we can assume this is A lah. We can assume this is A, right? So if you assume this is A, she moved 93 meters. So let's say 93 meters is here. So we all know this is 93 meters, and it's moving from A to B, right? So A towards B for 93 meters, and then he then moved east towards C for distance of 37 meters. So if you move until here, the east of this will be here, right? And it will be exactly 90 degree here, because when you're moving east, it will be completely straight one, right? So it will move along for 37 meter until station C, right? And then next, city move back to station A. So from C, move back to A. And then it says, assuming all of city movements are in a straight line, yeah, everything straight line, calculate the distance from A to C. It means this distance lah. So use Pythagoras theorem lah. So easy, right? Okay. Actually, if you look at my diagram, I draw it a bit sengit, right? But actually, it should be straight one lah. Okay. But okay, everything should be 90 degree one. Okay. Okay. Anyways, how to find AC? It will be square root, bracket square, bracket square. You will write 93 square, 37 square. Okay. This is the Pythagoras theorem, because you're finding the longer side, so you should plus, right? Why plus is because you're finding the hypotenuse, the paling panjang one. So now you just press all this in your calculator, 93 square, 37 square, and square answer. So my calculator give me 100.08990899595. This is what my calculator give me. So which one do you think is the answer? D lah. C cannot. C cannot, because if you want to write in 2 decimal place, you have to round off. It means you have to cut off here and look at the next number, right? The next number 9 means here to +1. That's why D is the answer. All right. Okay. So this is question 31 and question 32. Okay. Now let's go back to the original paper, because I don't know why the original paper never have the 31, 32. Right? They skip the 2 questions. So yeah, now we can go back to 33 lah. All right. Diagram 16 shows a regular hexagon. So this word again. So you can use which formula later? N minus 2 times 180. This formula is used to find sum of interior angle. Okay, this is the formula to find sum of interior angle. Okay, and then it says ABC DEF is center, ABG is a straight line. Okay, calculate value of x plus y. Okay, first of all, we can calculate this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, and I will show straight away is 120. Okay. Okay. Why I know it's 120? Because of this formula. N minus 2. Hexagon. Hexagon got 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if it's 6 sides, it means the N is 6. Minus 2 times 180. Right? But you can actually divide by 6. Because if it's regular means semua sama panjang. It means all the interior angle of each side, semua interior angle dia sama. That's why you can divide by 6 equally. Then you will get 120. That's why I know it is 120. And if I tarik satu line macam ni to the center, this line and this line will be parallel. So if it's parallel, imagine this is 120. What happens here? It means this, when you panjangkan this line, this will be 120 also. The reason why is because when you have 2 lines that are parallel, okay, 2 lines that are parallel, this angle and this angle plus together is 180. If 2 parallel and then like that, this angle plus 180. All right. And one more thing you need to know is if I panjangkan this line, this angle and this angle will be same, exactly the same. If it's like a Z yang sudah ditarik, so this is a Z shape, right? But what happens when you tarik this, it will look like this, right? So this and this sama. And then Z shape also this and this sama. So this and this sama. That's why 120 when you tarik, this will be 120, right? It means you can find here 180 minus 120 is 60, right? Okay. Or you can also use the one I bagi tahu tadi. If you have a like a C shape like that, and they are parallel, these two angle plus together 180. That's why it's here 60 lah. And I think you can know this also. This will be 60. This will be 120. Okay. Because same reason lah, because this one parallel, right? So these two angle plus together 180, and then here also you get same. So yeah, okay, I think you understand, right? It means everything I write now is just based on this one rule, where when you have two parallel lines like that, ataupun like that, the two angles add together is 180. Okay, now what you want to find is x plus y. Okay, I can find my x now. It's just 360 minus 120. I think I will get 240. That is my x. And how to get my y? 100. This is a straight line. 180 minus 120 is 60. So now you get 60 plus 240, 300. They want to plus them together, right? So that's why I plus them together. Okay, let's go. 34. Diagram 17 shows two straight lines intersecting at point P. P is the intersection point. Given that O is the origin, okay, determine coordinates of point P. Okay, if you look at this, point P is actually the intersection point of these two lines. And if it's the intersection point of these two lines, we can do and if we want to find the intersection point, we have to do simultaneous. So I will call this equation 1. I will call this equation 2. All right. But first, there's a lot of method to do this question. You can either use the substitution method, or you can use the elimination method, ataupun you can use the matrix method. Okay, substitution is penggantian, elimination is penghapusan, matrix is the cara matrix lah. Okay, but for this case I will use the elimination method, the penghapusan cara. So what I will do is, before I penghapusan, I will make sure the perkali kena sama. Perkali X kena sama ataupun Y sama pun boleh. Alright. Kalau perkali X sama, saya hapuskan X lah. Kalau perkali Y sama, saya hapuskan Y. But it's up to you which one you want to hapus. It's up to you. So let's hapuskan Y, because perkali for Y sama already. The perkali for Y for this case is -1, and the perkali for Y here is 1. So can you see it's same already? It's just that the plus minus tak sama saja kan. Tapi tak apa. Yang tu tak sama tak apa. Alright. So I can straight away X plus Y equals 1. Yang ni terus tulis bawah. Terus jadi 2x minus y equals 8. And if I want to hapuskan y, you kena plus, right? Maksudnya, bila you buat penghapusan, you have to make sure the number in front of the unknown yang you mau hapus kena sama. Tanda tak sama tak apa. Because kalau tanda tak sama, you boleh plus, right? Kalau tanda sama, you minus lah. So kalau tanda tak sama tak apa, you just plus, right? So when you plus, then can hapus already. Okay, x plus 2x is 3x. Y plus minus y, you see, hapus already, become 0, right? And then 1 plus 8 equals to 9, so x equals to 3, right? So the x coordinate is 3, so we know A and B is wrong. How to find the y coordinate? We ganti masuk dalam this equation ataupun this equation. Mana-mana boleh. Okay, let's ganti to this one. X plus y equals 1. So the x is 3. So now y equals to 1 minus 3. Y equals -2. So the coordinate here is 3, -2. So C or D? C is the answer. Right? So when you do penghapusan, tak semestinya plus tau. Sometimes dia boleh jadi minus. Alright? Kalau yang you mau hapus, okay, kalau benda yang you nak hapus tu tanda dia sama, you minus. Tapi kalau benda yang you nak hapus tu tanda dia tak sama, tapi value sama, tapi tanda tak sama, you plus. Okay? Okay? Hope you understand. Alright, let's go 35. Table 4 shows the information of 3D geometric shape Y. So this is geometric 3D shape. Circular base, which are congruent and parallel, got 2. Curved surface got 1. Apex means the tajam punya part. The tajam punya lah, 0. And then it says, given that base area and height of the geometric shape is this one, using pi, calculate volume of geometric shape. Okay, before I calculate the volume, I need to know what shape is this first, right? I need to know what 3D shape is this. So is this a cone? Is this a cone? Let me think. Is this a cone? Okay, cone, when you open it up, there is two surface. One, this is the flat surface. Why I call it flat is because when you fold it into like this, it will be flat, right? But this one will be the curved surface, right? So cone consists of one curved surface, one flat surface. So it's wrong lah, because this one they say got one curved surface, but got two circular base. So this is wrong. So I don't think it's a cone. It has to be a cylinder. Yeah, it has to be a cylinder, because when you open up a cylinder, you end up with like two flat surface. Okay, this one flat, because when you fold it into a cylinder, you end up with this, right? And which one is the curved surface? This one. A lot of students, they make the mistake. They think this one is the curved surface because they see circle. So they got, oh sir, this one is circle so curve. No. The two circle is the flat surface. Yang curved surface is yang ini. Sebab bila you gulung dia jadi macam ni, this becomes curve already, right? I hope you understand. Like imagine the tissue roll. When tissue roll, which one is the flat surface? Yang atas bawah, right? Yang ini baru yang curve punya part, right? Okay, hope you understand. So two circular base which are congruent parallel, yeah, it's true. Two parallel and congruent. Congruent means same size, same shape. Curve surface, yeah, correct. Got one curve surface, yeah. And apex tak ada. Yalah, mana ada tajam punya part? Apex tak ada. Only cone ada apex and pyramid ada apex, right? Because they are tajam. Okay, now it says what? Given that base area and height of geometric is 616 cm square and 7 cm. So the base area means this one. The area of circle is 616. And then the height of the cylinder is 7. Calculate the volume of the shape. So how to calculate volume of cylinder? The other formula tau. When you calculate volume, you are actually taking base area darab dengan height. Okay, but for cylinder, the base will be a circle. So the formula will be pi r square because that's how you calculate area of circle. And then darab dengan tinggi of cylinder, which is height, right? But if you look at this question, they actually give you the base area, the area of circle already. So you don't have to use the pi r square formula. You can straight away put 616 because they already do this whole thing for you already. And then the height is just 7. And then you press this, straight away you get the answer. So my calculator give me 4312. So C should be your answer. All right. So quite easy also, this one. Let's continue. 36. Find the y-intercept of equation QR which passes through Q and has the gradient of 2. So if this line has a gradient, definitely it's a Senget punya line. It's either like this or like this, right? Because if the line is like this or like this, this we call it non-gradient line. And for this type of line, the equation will be y equals something ataupun x equals something. Kalau dia macam ni. But I know it's not this case, it's a gradient line. The line is Senget one because the gradient is 2. Because if it's this case, the gradient will be 0 ataupun infinity. There will be tak ada gradient. Okay, so this one is definitely like this. So the equation will be y equals mx plus c. Okay, but if it's this type of line, the equation will be y equals something, x equals something. But if it's like this, gradient line is mx plus c. Okay, now they want to find y-intercept. And guess what? Y-intercept is actually the c. So that's why I try to find the equation. Because after I find my equation, I will just refer at whatever at the back here, that's the answer, because that's the y-intercept, right? So how to find my m and c? First of all, how to find gradient? I have already. They give 2 already. So y equals 2x plus c lah. But the C, I don't know leh. I don't know the y-intercept, I don't know. So how? Okay, if you don't know, you can ganti masuk X and Y to find C. Right? If you don't know the C. But you have to make sure you ganti the XY with a relevant point. It means you must ganti with a point yang ada passes through. Kalau point tu tak ada passes through line garisan ni tak boleh ganti. So I can ganti 48 lah. Why I can ganti 48? Because this line got passes through. PT stands for passes through. So find the y-intercept of QR which passes through this one, right? So the reason why I can ganti the 48 inside the XY here is because this point got passes through this line. That is why I can ganti. So when I ganti x, y inside, then I can find my c already. So y is 8. So 8 equals to 2x plus c. The x is 4. So to get my c, don't pindah the c. The c is already positive. If you pindah, it become negative. So don't pindah the c. Pindah the 2 times 4, right? So what is 2 times 4? 8, right? Okay, don't pindah first lah. So 8 plus c, and then this one is 8, right? So now only I pindah the 8. So 8 minus 8, 0. So what is the c? 0. And what they ask you to find? Y-intercept, right? Y-intercept is 0 lah. Because c is y-intercept. So if c is 0, y-intercept is 0. Alright? Okay, done. Let's go. Number 7. Diagram 18 shows a decagon. Decagon means 10 sides. Okay, 10 sides. Given that perimeter is 72 cm, let's count. Got 10 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, got 10 sides. Perimeter 72. So let's write down my equation. Okay, this line means same length. So this is x, x, x. This one is y. This one y, y, y. And then yang bawah ni x, x. Right? So they say which of the following linear equations show relation between x and y? A, B, C, D macam tu. Okay, so the perimeter is 72. And perimeter means you add all the outside punya length, right? So all the sides outside you add together. So x plus x plus x plus x. How many x? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's actually 6x plus with how many y? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6x plus 4y in total 10 sides, add together 72. So this is the answer. Answer is A. Right? So quite easy, eh? Okay, what if you kecilkan? You kecilkan, it will be 3x plus 2y equals 36, right? But if you look at ABCD, tak ada pun jawapan. Because everything, all of here is, how to say, equals 72. So this cannot be the answer. This must be the answer. So A is the answer. Okay? But I want you to know that it's not wrong if you take everything, divide 2 like that. You can do that. Right? You can kecilkan like that. Okay? If all the numbers can divide by 2, you can divide by 2. Okay? But this is objective, right? So all the option here is equals 72. So I don't think they want you to kecilkan. So A is the answer. Let's go. 38. Arrange the ratios in diagram 19 in ascending order. Means dari from small to big, right? Paling kecil sampai besar lah. So paling kecil dekat sini apa? 4, 5, 2, 3, 5, 6, 4, 7. This is very clear to me. This is the first one, right? So C and D out already. And then the next one will be 4, 5. Okay, 4, 5, right? 4, 5 is smaller than 4, 7 actually, because 4 and 5 when you tamba is 9 portion, but 4 and 7 is 11 portion. So it's very obvious the next one has to be 4, 5. So A is out already lah, because they put 4, 7 dulu baru 4, 5. So 4, 5 has to be like this, then only 4, 7, 5, 6. So B is the answer, right? So when you're doing objective, try to look at the answer when you do it, right? So that you can potong the answer yang tak ada make sense, terus potong, potong, potong. Then you can do very fast, okay? So yeah. Okay, let's do 39. Which of the following is true? Quadrilateral has 4 sides, but they are asking diagonals, right? Diagonals. So quadrilateral, let me tell you, got 2 diagonal, right? Pentagon has how many diagonal? Okay, the formula here is this, n minus 3 over 2. Okay, the formula to calculate number of diagonal. I don't know if you all know this formula or not, but if you don't know, then very good lah. It means because now you know already. Okay. So now I will teach you. Number of diagonal formula is this one, and n is the number of sides. So quadrilateral is 4 sides, right? So 4 bracket 4 minus 3 over 2. You will get 4 minus 3, 1, 1 times 4, 4, 2. So that's why quadrilateral got 2 diagonal. What about pentagon? Pentagon is 5 sides. So it'll be 5, 5 minus 3 over 2. Let's see got how many diagonal. 5 minus 3, 2, 2, 5, 10, 5. So pentagon should have 5. So this is wrong also lah. Wrong, wrong. What about hexagon? Hexagon got 6 sides. So it'll be 6 bracket 6 minus 3 over 2. 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 times 6, 18 divided to 9. So there should be 9 diagonal inside the hexagon. So this is wrong as well. So the answer must be D then. So let's try to calculate n minus. Heptagon got how many sides? 7. So 7, 7 minus 3 over 2. And let's see whether I get 14. 7 minus 3 is 4. 4 times 7, 28. 28 divided to 14. Yeah, you really get 14. So D is the answer. Okay. Okay, let me show you a file. Let me show you. Let me explain a bit. Where is it? This one. Diagonals of polygon. So I want you to look at this shape. Triangle has no diagonal. Quadrilateral has 2. Pentagon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one lagi banyak lah. This one lagi banyak, lagi banyak, lagi banyak, lagi banyak. Right? So if you look at decagon has 35 diagonals, right? But there is a formula actually. Okay, there is a formula. Okay, what is the formula just now? I already show you just now. N bracket n minus 3 over 2. Okay, you use this formula, you can straight away know how many diagonals. For example, if I want to know triangle, it will just be 3 bracket 3 minus 3 over 2. So what you get is 0 lah, because 3 minus 3 is 0. 0 times 3 0. Yeah, that's why triangle has 0 diagonal, right? What if I try with a decagon? Decagon got 10 sides. It will be 10 bracket 10 minus 3 over 2, which is 10 minus 3 is 7. 7 times 10, 70 divided 2. If you press, you get 35. So you see, got 35 diagonal, right? So you don't have to hafal. Oh, yang ini ada berapa, yang ini tak payah. You just hafal formula saja. Hafal formula boleh buat dah. That is why just now when I do the Selangor question, I straight away just use this formula. Okay, so make sure you know this formula. This formula is to calculate number of diagonals, right? Okay, let's go to number 40. Number 40 is diagram 20 shows a right angle triangle PQR. Okay, given that the area of PQR is 24. Okay, so that the area is 24. And then what they want to find? Perimeter of triangle PQR. If I want to find perimeter, I need to have 3 sides, and then I have to plus everything. And also I need to have X, right? If I don't have X, how can I find the perimeter, right? So how to find X? Well, use the area information lah. What is the formula for area? 102 times base times height. But if you look at this triangle got 90 degrees. So the base must be this and this, right? But for triangle yang ada 90 degree, the base height will always be the two line that forms the 90 degree, which is X and 2X minus 4. And this whole thing equals to 24, right? So what you can do is the 1/2, you can actually pindah to the other side. Okay, and no lah, no need lah. I think you can write it like this. 1/2 times X is 1/2X. Ataupun you boleh tulis X over 2, right? X over 2. Okay, and then multiply with 2X minus 4 equals 24, right? It means I ambil yang ni darab dengan yang ni dulu lah, right? Okay, what is X over 2? This one you can expand. X over 2 times 2X. It means you are taking 2X darab X bahagi 2. 2X darab X, 2X square. Bahagi 2, X square lah. And then X over 2 darab negative 4. So negative 4 darab X, negative 4X. Bahagi 2, negative 2X. And then the plus 24, you can move here, become minus 24 equals 0. Right? The reason why I move it here, I move the 24 over here is because I saw square already. And whenever we see square, it means this is a quadratic equation. For quadratic equation, you have to pindah everything to one side equals 0 and then solve the X by using calculator. But you have to susun dalam general form first lah. So I hope you know how to press this in your calculator. So you will press the ABC punya. So the A you tekan 1, the B is -2, C -24. Alright, just use your calculator to do it. Okay, your calculator my calculator give me 6 and -4. So the first answer X is 6, the second answer X is -4. But what you have to write atas here, the atas here pun kena tulis. X equals 6 means you have to tukar tanda, 6 jadi -6, and then kalau -4 you kena tulis +4. Right? Always tukar tanda. Kalau plus tulis minus atas, kalau minus tulis plus dekat atas. Right? But this is paper 1. So paper 1 kalau you tak tulis yang ni pun tak apalah. Because paper 1 objective dia tak tengok working. Tapi kalau paper 2 you wajib kena tulis macam ni lah. Alright, X is 6, X is -4. But this -4 you have to reject this answer. Because X is actually the panjang for PQ. How can panjang be -4 cm? Impossible. Panjang tak ada negatif. Panjang tak boleh ada negatif. So bila panjang tak boleh negatif, X tak boleh sama dengan -4 because doesn't make sense for the panjang to be -4. So the only answer makes sense here is 6. So if this is 6, then what is the panjang here? 2 times 6 minus 4 because X is 6, right? And what is 2 times 6? 12 minus 4 is 8. And if this is 6, this is 8, you can find PR by using Pythagoras theorem because this is a right angle triangle. How to use Pythagoras theorem? Square root, bracket square, this is 8, this is 6. Okay, you are taking plus or minus. Okay, since you are finding the longer side, the hypotenuse, you should plus. And if you press this, you will get 10. Because 8 square plus 6 square is 100. Square root 100 is 10. So this is 10. So the perimeter will be 10 plus 6 plus 8, which is equals to 24. The answer is C. Okay, hope you understand. I think that's all right. So this is the end. Okay, bye-bye. See you next video.